Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
When I put it in my bum, my big old thumb in my bum, how does it feel? It feels squishy.
Got me hazy, about to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a
I need the Vaseline.
I'm living up every breath. I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Welcome, everybody. You should have seen the party in the back room when that was running right now. We had Mr. Cool rocking out. I never expected him to take his hair down. We had Tom shaking his butt, talking about some kind of butter or something back there. It was interesting. But we have an incredible group of human beings with us this evening on this panel, and probably more to come. I want to say thanks for being here. I love the late night show. It is always a hoot and a half. We've got a fun panel tonight. We have to work on my OCD. There we go. Okay, I feel better now. And let's do it. Okay, so first and foremost, to my, well, I guess my left, but actually the right is Deleted Scenes, otherwise known as Steven. How are you doing this evening, sir?
Good evening, everybody.
All right. I'm glad that you're here. And right next to him is, wow, a real professional, a truly...
I'm not so sure about the voyeur cam there, Jason.
I think it's really cool. I would say, look at how professional he is. You can check out the bunker.
Bat cave cam.
Look at how much this guy is a studio.
I feel like I'm in like a horror movie.
Look at him. Could you have more screens, Jason? Could you do that?
I'm working on it. I got the little laptop down here, but I do need to have a fifth one connected to the tower. Yeah. So.
Oh, all right. What? Grant's just trying to mess with me tonight. Mess with my OCD. He pulled himself into the back. But we've got so much great stuff going on. I'm so happy everybody's here. Of course, that's Jason from Sci-Fi for Me TV with the Master Studio, Master Control, Master of something. And then right below me is, of course, Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark, Midnight's Edge Archives, Midnight's Edge Espanol.
Trying to roll a doobie.
Mead Radio 1, Mead Radio 2, Mead Radio 3, Midnight Snacks. I think that's the new channel. Midnight Snacks is Tom's new channel. He's got a whole lot of snacks.
I got nothing new tonight. I just got Gatorade.
Well, that's
Gatorade's the only
new.
new
Oh,
thing.
blue Gatorade. See, he's got
Blue
snacks.
Gatorade. Oh, and I got a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Okay, see, so he
Oh,
lied.
I did, and I have a half of Three Musketeers. There's more here, but I'm not.
I got
gonna
Reese's
do it.
peanut butter cups in the refrigerator. I'll have to go get some.
You make me
That's
feel
right.
fatter every time I do this.
Tom from Midnight Snacks is here with us, and then right next to him is the Cotton representation this evening. I'm sure we'll have more than one because the Cotton Council lives in my heart and in my soul. They'll
He's
be
a
my
snowman.
friend when I grow old.
Well, you know why I'm here, Culture. You didn't show up
He's
for last
spying
night's
on us.
show. Well, no, he didn't show up for last night's show.
Bullshit!
So
You work for Santa Claus and you're spying on us, and you're going to tell him we've been horrible kids. I've
that
seen
too.
this game before.
That
But
too.
wait,
I'm
Mr.
gonna have to
Cool.
write you up. I'm gonna have to write you up,
But
Culture.
It's not Santa Claus's turn. It's Captain America's turn because it's 4th of July Eve.
That's true.
Oh,
Right?
That's right. Look, Mr. Cool, I just want to say,
Is that where he
I'm
shoves
sorry.
things up his ass and gives them to us, or
Whoa.
What?
he is America's ass? I mean,
If you saw some of those leaked pictures, he's America's something else. Pickle? I don't know.
Well,
what would you call that?
Chris Evans is certainly being an ass lately.
Yeah. But he gave everybody a demonstration of his summer sausage during the pandemic. If you caught some of those leaked photos, but anyway, Mr. Cool is here with us, of course, and I guess he's shaming me for not being on a show that I wasn't the guest of.
I hear Six googling that right now.
There was
I'm not here for long, Culture. I'm gonna go get Jolly here in a minute.
Okay, but
I
you
have to
understand.
write you up. You didn't show up for last night's show. So
I wasn't the human guest.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I apologize.
I'm writing you up anyway.
Oh, sounds good. Well, thanks for being here, Mr. Cool. Go grab Jolly, please.
Yeah, I'll
And
be back.
last but not least, the female representation that keeps us all in line, the lovely, the ever lovely, and I'm going to put her right there. Six. Hi, Six.
Tom didn't even bother to show up for the pre-show
I know.
get-together, hand-holding rain dance. And
Here we go again,
introduced-
bitching
he
about
gets
foreplay
introduced-
and all this other shit.
He gets introduced before me. He's a prima donna, and I'm fracking sick of it.
She complains about the same shit with foreplay.
I want to be in the back watching Mr. Grant Gregory pull
You said
himself.
you didn't like it in the back.
I
What now?
changed my mind because I'm a woman.
This is true. Women have that prerogative.
What happened now?
We're pretending to have a lover's spat while you sit there and play with your camera looking like a weirdo.
Are
am
we
a weirdo.
pretending? Or is it real?
Is
and we're
it-
pretending
yeah, that's
to
true.
pretend.
Are we pretending to pretend?
Exactly.
So it's like Vader. I know you.
Wow, he muted himself.
Or Mr. Grant Gregory did.
He's like, I know you know, I know you know. But look, we're not here for just fooling around. But I will say Eric K sent us a member chat. He's been here for 14 months as a member. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Says, what Six likes it in the back? Was I supposed to read that?
Yeah, what Six likes it in the back? Or do you mean what?
I
Punctuation. Six likes it in the back?
There's no comma.
Yeah.
So Eric K,
It really should be two sentences.
It should be. It should be
Or-
why or
Conjunction.
what question mark.
Yeah.
And then a second question.
Conjunction, junction, what's
What's
that
your function?
function?
Now you're doing Darth Vader singing. Excellent. That was fun.
That also reminds me of that song, I love you, period.
The only
Do you
song I can
love
hear
me?
is how's it
Question mark.
supposed to feel?
right.
Feel. I told you, squishy.
It is squishy. And speaking of squishy, Jason was first, which means that Steven was sloppy seconds, and I don't know what happens to everybody else. But we got grumpy
You
old Ninja
nerd
Kentaro
showing
here.
up early.
We got Basco Scenario. We got Das Wurfen. We've got Cody Guy, the great Eric K, of course. There's Shrap 3D. I get to say hi to everybody. Hey, there's my love. What's up, Culture Boss? She's in the
Don't
other-
you know that showing up on time and urgency is a sign of white privilege?
No, I thought it was Supreme Pizza. Hey, the
Primacy?
lovely Sherry's here. Hi, lovely Sherry.
I like pepperoni.
Me too.
Man, this is one of the worst doobies.
It
I've
should be
ever heard
noted,
in my
though,
life.
for the record, that while I showed up in the chat first, I was not here backstage.
You just trying to backtrack that nerd thing.
I like pepperoni sticks.
I just happened to be sitting here with the show popped up while I was editing Salacious Crumbs. So
Oh, are you editing Salacious Crumb?
I just uploaded it, as a matter of fact.
Ah, cool.
Our Star Wars news program.
That is always fun. You guys can check it out. Sci-Fi for TV. If Sci-Fi for Me TV gives you high quality stuff, you should be subscribed. It's very good, and I get to hang out there once in a while. He's coughing.
All Star Wars news
be
is
around.
bad news.
Mr. Voss would be giving you a lecture, not to actually take that compliment. Hey, what's up, Jolly?
What the Culture? You promised you were going to wear my shirt tonight.
Oh wait, I'll go get it. Somebody run the show. I'll be right back.
I'm so offended.
Jolly, this turned out like shit.
I told you I'd roll it for you before the show, Tom,
is
but you
that?
were late. So.
Tom, you told me you were quitting.
It's a doobie.
Oh God! Don't no. Tom
You're
is
such
not
a
quitter.
liar.
He is
It's
not a
because you're a
quitter.
man.
Wasn't
And
that a
men
song?
lie.
Doobie doobie doo.
I'm pledging to quit.
I know a guy that smokes a lot. He's kind of scaly. Just saying. So, Culture is changing for us. He's not going to show his nipples, so I'll take over for now. Welcome back to the Jolly Late Night Culture Show with
I bet they're very
co-host.
hairy.
You have to show off your nipples, though, Jolly.
Well, my nipples are so hairy you can't see them.
They're blue.
I'm covered in hair.
I bet I could nuzzle around in there and find them.
You're going to make a nest?
Yeah. Oh, somebody get
Oh no, she's in the nesting
memberships.
phase.
Eric K., you're the best.
Eric K, thank you for the memberships.
Fuck, I
Yeah,
might
smash
get
that
one.
like button. Thanks for the memberships, Eric K. He handed out 5 of them, it looks like.
Wow, Eric K. Thank you, my friend. Eric K.
Look
is serving
at
up the
that.
channel.
Look at
Look
that
at
patriotic puppet shirt.
That's right.
Looks like he's wearing a skin-colored shirt. He must have shaved his chest.
That's because it's camouflage.
I mean,
You
you
can't see him.
you looked topless when you first popped in.
He's blending in. He's desert
Yeah.
camo.
That is
That's right.
excellent. It's working.
Look at this. Look at this puppet love. Puppet
Beautiful.
love.
Make
See?
yourself big so we can see it.
I told you didn't throw it away.
As you slap your chest like a gorilla.
Oh wait.
Now take down that super chat or that comment. Jesus. do I
Oh
have to do
man, there he
everything?
is in high def.
It's
Beautiful.
hot.
That
It's
is.
good.
It is.
The boss
Sexy.
is laughing at me right now. Thanks, guys.
Well, the
Appreciate
boss
You know what's
has
really
one
funny?
too. Boss
The
has
boss-
Because
one.
I
How's
saw
that
a
one?
picture of Culture
What
with
happened?
his hair just standing there, and he looks like a penis.
Wow. Thanks.
Hey, you guys know what tonight is?
The
4th
July
of July
3rd.
Eve.
Yes, and I was just talking to my chat earlier today on the Cup of Joe with Snow, and we were talking about all our favorite patriotic movies. I just want to say Born on 4th of July is a great one since we've been watching Tom Cruise kick ass in the theater lately.
Yep.
Go check out that movie. And yeah, man, throw up some great recommendations because I think we should make it like a national thing where we watch a patriotic movie every eve of 4th of July. What do you guys think?
Hey, Born on the 4th of July is a Tom Cruise film.
Ghoulies.
I watched some Top Gun earlier today. I've been single-handedly at least 1/6 of the total box office for Maverick. So yeah,
Debbie Does America.
that one works.
That's a new one. I don't think they made that one yet.
Yeah. Well, wait, didn't
She's going
pre-production.
cross country.
didn't Beavis and Butthead do America?
We
did.
went through America.
Was she wearing a star-spangled bikini in that one?
Have we heard anything about the numbers for Beavis and Butthead yet?
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
question.
it's streaming, but as far as rating wise, it's the highest
Yeah,
rated
yeah.
film of the year by critics.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
sitting at like 97% still.
Yeah, and I've seen no early streaming numbers on it at all.
I really wish we could.
They
get
kind
some.
of buried it.
But people are finding it, and I can't wait to watch it. It is on the list for tomorrow.
I saw like
Tom.
one ad for it, I think.
Yeah, but then you can't shame me, Tom. Can't shame me.
Oh,
Atlantean acquitted himself quite well today on the Sunday Culture Review this morning. We have so many folks. It's gonna be a revolving door on Sunday. We're gonna have like a bunch of guests coming in on Sunday mornings for the culture review, and then we're gonna have just random oddballs on the night show, which is why we have the panel we have now.
So if we're invited on the night show, then we know that we're an oddball. Is that what
Well,
I'm hearing?
yeah, but
Yeah.
see,
Okay,
unlike
good.
We're the rejects. Yeah,
one
we're
of
the
my
rejects.
Random oddball, second class.
Don't answer it. It's a fucking trap.
Oh, I knew it was a trap.
We need a patch.
You know how long I've been with the boss? I mean, I knew that was a trap. Anytime a woman asks you a question, if there's a 95% chance.
That's just like, do I look fat?
No.
Wait, what?
Can we switch out culture for culture boss?
That would be sweet.
She's got
Let's gender swap culture.
She's like, not tonight.
Oh.
All right. Well, Eric K sent us a lot of stuff. Eric K sent us a lot of stuff, including 5 memberships. Thank you for that. So if you don't know how, that's not the right button, Tom.
Oh.
If you don't know how to accept those, I think they already got accepted. But if they haven't been, if you don't know how to accept them, they should be down in your own super chat area. Just accept it and run with it, and you get a whole month of member streams. We've got one coming up this week. I think I'm going to do it on Thursday prior to the Mead stream, so you'll see me Thursday. So, but Eric K, thank you for the $5 super chat. On top of that, saying, Tom, careful, your mic was hot when you were telling everybody you put things in your butt. I'm uncomfortable.
How do you know I didn't know?
Stream 3 days ago. How come nobody told me?
I'm sorry. But Monkey Jeebus is one of those new members. Thank you for that. Grant is in the back going crazy with the stars. I appreciate that. Eric K for $2 says,
Didn't we read this already?
6 likes it.
We did.
Well, no, he sent it as a member chat, and then he wanted to properly punctuate it. Well, he still missed.
He still missed because he made it a
punctuate?
statement instead of a question. So I still don't have to answer it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. What? 6 likes it in the back. No, you see,
he's saying it as a matter of fact here.
And then a matter of record, which
Maybe
I don't
he knows.
Wow.
You better hope you're right, because she could sue you.
Long distance, baby. What's up, Frankie?
That's
Knows?
libel.
Hey,
Culture, what's the record for losing control of the show?
Right off the bat.
Oh, this is nothing. This is actually
the last time I wasn't here,
chill
he
night.
might have had control for 2 minutes.
I hold in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers something I opened live today. Shadow of the Kraken, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beautiful pirate book. Not only that, within these pages, there is lots of fine booty.
You're a butt pirate.
What happened now?
You said booty and pirate.
Well, yeah, pirates are famous for their booty.
Butt pirate.
Butt pirate.
All right. I love everybody. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We got Gerald Vance in here. Magnificent indeed.
Oh,
indeed. Annie Masterson, the ever talented. I will get you those photos. The culture boss is going to take pictures of me tomorrow.
Ooh,
in fact,
a picture.
In
Like
fact,
publicity pictures?
Like a
Headshot?
boudoir.
Are you going to draw him like one of your French girls, Andy?
oh wow! Like Leo on Titanic.
And Eric, yes, I lie. So just to let you know.
the medium. Joker Voice for $5 says, wait, what? 6 likes it in the back. Now there's a properly formatted question.
Why is he saying wait as a question? Why are we wait?
No, Tom, you have to do it in Joker Voice because I can't do it in Joker.
Wait, what? 6 likes it in the back. Now there's a properly formatted proper fly. Proper fly.
What the fuck, Joker?
Formatted question.
Did somebody say George was here? Is George here?
George.
Hash brown, keep talking.
George!
You got a beautiful soul.
We got him.
He's got a disco soul.
George of the jungle, XKY and Vaseline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, where's my George? Don't tease me with George and don't bring him in here. What? There ain't no
Where's
George
George?
here. That's a false alarm.
It wasn't me.
Who's
Somebody
dick
said there was
teasing Tom?
George.
No, I'm angry.
It wasn't me.
Not talking anymore, culture.
You know, George, the reason that everybody is reacting is because George just granted 20 Culture Casino memberships.
Wow.
Thank you,
that's
brother.
incredible.
That is incredibly generous.
Nice.
It's an extraordinary expense, and I do appreciate it. So, Go and look and see if you would like to become a member. If you aren't automatically selected, which it looks like a whole bunch of you were, George, man, you are a beautiful soul. I love you, dude. You have the link. You were in the group. Please show up if you can.
Right. We love George.
We love George. He just didn't chat. He's dropped his amazingness on us all and just didn't say anything.
And George does have the most amazing background of any YouTuber I've ever seen.
I thought you were going to say drop his nuts on her face for a minute there. I'm just
No.
Culture Casino. You have Fat Elvis, who got a membership. Peter Venkman, our ship. George the Giant Slayer also gave John Penn one as well.
Wow.
Thank you so much, George the Giant Slayer.
Dude, I love
Oh,
George.
wow, there's a bunch of them in there. Hang on, hold on.
Yeah,
We've got...
Okay, yeah, it's a metric. Dude, 20.
Okay. I got to read all these.
Okay.
Subhuman 84, Josiah Fitch, and then we got Peter Venkman fan site. Then we got Duck Nation, Vizarel, and
Show's almost over, Tom. Talk faster.
Heron of Alexandria.
Alexandria.
It's all like clobbled together.
There's more.
Jexter. Is that how you say it? Genster? I don't know how to say that.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Thomas Mess.
This is amazing. Thank you,
New
George.
Zealand Greg. John Penn.
Wow.
All you lovely people.
All the lovely
Just put stuff
people.
up on the screen and I'll say it.
Yeah, apparently.
Penis.
What now?
Whoa, thank you, George.
Yeah, don't say penis.
Penis.
And don't say that.
Penis.
Okay, now everybody send in a member chat.
Wait a minute. This is a monumental moment here, and this deserves a good reach around. So everybody who just got a membership, go hit that
He's got a
share
point.
button. Hit the
There
share
you go.
button.
Please. Please hit the share button.
Did everybody tweet out the stream?
I did.
I need to retweet, I think.
Nobody fucking tagged me.
Did you post it, Culture?
Yes, I did.
Post which?
On
Yeah.
Twitter.
Here's the question.
Like 2 years ago.
How many of you posted it on the alt-right social media stuff?
I don't know.
Oh, damn it. Hold on.
What about the? I thought I posted it on the alt left stuff, but maybe not. I
retweeted it on Twitter. I need to get better about being on the rest of those channels because it's just so much time.
Yeah. Look, I just want everybody to remember and to recall the time that you heard, and just that you just have to simply acknowledge our very first black president, JFK. That's right. We are honoring our first black president, JFK. Yeah. Not many people outside.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. Not many people outside the transracial community are aware of this, but JFK was actually a proud black man, which is why we here at the NPC Daily honor him above all others during Black History Month. Of course, this was a story from February, just in case you missed it.
You're a little late on this one, Culture.
Yeah, JFK and his brother.
The joke is not rolling well.
Oh, all right. It was going to be fun.
It would have been fun 3 months ago.
Can you finish it, though? Because I don't get it.
You have to have seen the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie.
Bubba Hotep.
For $2, TZ Burton says, George just did a nice thing. George always does nice things. He is a truly great human being. I am proud to call him my friend. And I actually owe him a phone call, I think.
976 Culture.
I'm more loyal to George than I am my own mother.
867-5309.
867-5309.
And I did mention as we were scrolling through that Monkey Jeeves became a member. So good to see you, Monkey Jeeves.
He said member.
He is a member. We got Nikki. Yeah, if you send member chats right now, not going to see them. Nikki D for $5 says, question for the panel. Who is the best action movie star of all time and why?
Betty White.
Nikki D. Wow. When was Becky White? Betty White. Becky White? Betty
Who the
White.
fuck is Becky White?
I don't know. When is Betty White? Was she in an action film?
She was in Die Hard.
Betty's
Was
younger
she really?
sister.
Hannah and her sisters? What?
No, but are you going to check?
Check what?
What?
If she was or not.
She wasn't in an action film.
How high are you, Tom?
Under Siege.
She wasn't in Under Siege.
Are you gonna check and find out?
No.
Look,
I
if
already
you
know
can,
that.
if you can't tell the difference between Erica Eleniak and Betty White, then we got other problems to talk about here.
She was in The Equalizer. All right.
It's Queen Latifah.
Oh gosh, please don't remind me.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a joke.
No, it wasn't. Best. Wow. Who's the best action?
Soul Assassin gets it.
Oh wow! You know, you can't pick one. There's too many. It depends on the genre. You know, if you put it down to a genre, that'd be a little easier. But right off the top of my head, you know, you got Arnold, Sly, Kurt Russell, Bruce Willis, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, Steven Seagal. You got a Mount Rushmore of guys that have cranked out, you know, 20, 30, 40 great movies, you know, and then you got your select few like Bruce Lee, who just, you know, were trendsetters, right? So it's too hard to just break it down to one person. That's too tough of a question.
Clint Eastwood and Sylvester Stallone.
I think you'd have to divide it into subcategories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to divide it into subgenres. I agree with you.
Yep.
Indeed.
Is
If you
the
want to go by
Batman an
long,
action movie, because I'm gonna go with Robert
Is what?
Pattinson. The Batman.
Nothing happens in it. That's an inaction movie.
He beat somebody up at the beginning.
I think I have breaking news.
Pounded
Maybe.
him.
Swear to me.
Breaking nudes.
Pounded their face. in.
Well, there's a tweet from Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
He's saying "Happy birthday, Tom Cruise." Is that?
Yeah,
is that
it
true?
is. It's happy.
Yeah.
It is Tom. You know what? Tom Cruise turns 60 today. And my buddy Tom, who knows that, you know, Tom Cruise is the greatest action star of all time, shared a picture of Tom Cruise at the age of 60 hanging upside down from an airplane.
That's crazy.
He wasn't skydiving naked from an airplane, but he was hanging from an airplane. Go ahead.
Probably had a harness on or something.
Go ahead, Jason.
Wow.
I have a story. Well,
You have a story?
I have a story. It's not. You made me think of it.
Uh-oh.
So, when was it? Friday.
Friday?
So Friday, I
That's a day of the week.
do stagehand work in my day job stuff, right? So I'm going down to Power and Light District here in Kansas City for the KC Live stage, and we're going out and setting things up. And I'm going back to take some stuff down Friday night.
Right.
And the highway, we got diverted off of the highway. I mean, there's sirens going off, there's radio cars everywhere, the police cars, and there's lights flashing, everything. There's an ambulance and everything. And I had no idea what was going on, but they closed the highway, and I had to divert and go around. Come to find out, there was a guy who had gotten up on the overpass and had climbed up one of the columns where the lights were and was busting them out, and he was sitting up there naked, apparently.
Nice.
And I don't know what this guy was on. I guess he was off his meds.
Do you have any pictures?
Yeah. Do you have pictures?
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Because Mrs. Boss looked it up, and apparently somebody posted over on Reddit. Yeah, here we go. Let me make sure that the sound is down. Yeah, okay. So
Society Reviews comes in with Tom Cruise is 60. I didn't even know he was sick. But ching. Thanks, bro. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. All right, there we are.
All right, from Mrs. Boss, this is from you. Okay, can I share this now?
Yeah, I've got the sound turned off.
All right, here we go.
So this is the overpass over on Highway 71, and apparently there he is. He's sitting up there on the light column.
Was that
no
a naked
idea
dude?
what he's doing up there. You're not going to be able to see anything, so you have to worry. But yeah, he's busting
It's
out.
totally a naked dude.
That is totally a naked guy.
And I don't know what this was, but there were police cars.
That's some drugs,
everywhere.
Wait, that's Ezra Miller.
Oh, gosh! Instead of Where's Waldo, it's now Where's. Oh wait, wrong guy. Instead of Where's Waldo, it's now Where's Ezra. Good God.
Oh man, that kid needs help.
You know, all he had to do was just say he was part of, one of them pride parades. You know,
There you go. Yeah, I'm just marching for pride here on pillar of this bridge with my.
There aren't any kids there.
They let them walk around with their things hanging out all the time. So.
Oh, and TZ Burton says it correctly in the chat. I'm not sure I can get to it to highlight it, but I'm mad respect for the old guy. Ah, thank you. Oh, wait. No, you're talking about Tom Cruise, not me.
Oh, I thought he was talking about me for a minute.
You're not that old, jerk. Anyway.
I think I'm older than you, Tom.
You are.
Yeah, but I look the oldest.
No, you look the baldest. Wow.
I'm probably the oldest here.
Bit and go completely white, and it's got my kids' names all over it. But then I'd look older. I'd look probably closer to.
I may start using just for culture on my beard. To take the gray out. Anyway, so here we go. We got to get back here. We got Nikki D for $5. We didn't get to this question. Who is the best?
I think the answer is. I'm going to have to give you 3, and that's because fine. We're going by box office and longevity.
Fine. That's fine.
Probably Clint Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you could add in Tom Cruise because he has become a bit of an action star in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, those 3 probably that I would say, Clint just because of longevity, in the spaghetti Western era especially, and of course, then he had the Dirty Harry era of the 70s.
Would you consider Westerns action pictures, though?
Yeah, most of the time.
I mean, because when I think of action picture, I'm thinking something like a Mission Impossible or a, like the Expendables.
Yeah, but what other action kind of pictures did we have at that time when the spaghetti Westerns? And what was the spaghetti Western? Right. Well, I was going to say, what other, the spaghetti Westerns were more or less that down and dirty, gritty action version of the Western, really.
Yeah, it wasn't like the quality like of a Ford or something, right? But
it was all shootouts.
And then you got Sly, who just, besides longevity, I mean, he had Rocky and Rambo alone. I mean, 2 of the most iconic characters of the 80s. And then
he's
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, and Schwarzenegger just box office wise, right?
Like, I think
and world wise.
Yeah, I think we miss somebody when it comes to action films, and I'm not, it's not Bruce Willis, of course.
Just don't say Kurt Russell.
Just go watch like part 1 through 3 of the Expendables, and you'll see just about all of them at one point or another. Right down from Jason Statham to Jet Li. These guys got prominent careers and all had their shining moments. So there's a long list.
But I don't know. I mean, like if your presence in action films is anything, to be quantified, Gene Hackman was in an awful lot of films with an awful lot.
Yeah, but did he really do a lot of action though?
I don't know. He was in a lot of
outside
films
of the French Connection. I'm trying to think of him being really, because that's the thing. Like people have brought up some other ones in the chat that are great. He
was in that Western with Sharon Stone and DiCaprio.
Did he do much though?
Not a little bit. But he doesn't have to. I mean, he's been in a lot of action films is my whole point. And
so is John Wayne, but I wouldn't necessarily, because of the whole thing like Jason brought up, John Wayne's level of Western isn't exactly what I would call an action
I don't know.
film.
He punched out a lot of guy, and he punched out a horse.
But like for 5 seconds, and then the rest of the movie is just him standing around going, I'm going to do something in about 30 minutes.
I'm not going to hit you. Like, hell, I'm not.
I agree with HM here. There's one guy that set the bar.
Bruce Lee.
Dude,
yes.
and look, I mean, Jackie
that is
Chan
the man right there. That's the man.
Jackie Chan was said in the chat. I agree with you. Jet Li, also. Man, there's a lot of great.
Jackie Chan probably deserves a definite mention.
If you watch Enter the Dragon, so many movies in action, especially in martial arts movies, have been formulated
actually
that storyline.
Well, honestly, when you brought up Gene Hackman, I thought you were going to bring up somebody else, and I can't believe you didn't mention him. Harrison Ford culture.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan was in Enter the Dragon, by the way. He got killed by
Bruce
Lee.
He was.
Yeah.
And there's Chuck Norris, of course, too. But yeah, I mean, if
would Bruce Lee, this is going to sound, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but would Bruce Lee's reputation be the same if he had lived longer?
I think he would have had pretty much Jackie Chan's career.
Yeah, I think, and I don't think we would. I don't think we'd be talking about.
I completely disagree.
I think I'm interested to hear that, but I think he would have done his action movies for a while. In the 80s, he probably would have had an action star caliber on the level of like Schwarzenegger. I think he would have found his way. And then he will also, just like the rest of those guys, would have found his way to like comedy. So I could see him doing something like Rush Hour with like Eddie Murphy or something like that at some point. But I mean, I'm curious to hear what Jolly thinks, though.
Well, see, Bruce Lee was an author. He was, an amazing dancer. He was, a philosophy type of guy. He was very smart, ahead of the curve in a lot of different things, not just martial arts. So I think he would have had a long movie career. I think he would have went into directing, writing, and I think he would have built his own empire of martial arts movies that would have probably, taken over the genre for quite a while.
Yeah, and I think it would have left. I think you would have left the genre in place longer in the American zeitgeist.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would have had a lot more influence. And Sigourney Weaver is indeed an action star, but you could actually say that about Kathleen Turner as well.
Well, and I would argue that I don't know if Jackie Chan would have been able to have the success he had if Bruce Lee was already taking that spot in the market. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, there's not enough room for any more Asian men. I'm just saying, like what Jolly said, and I agree with that aspect. He would have done what Schwarzenegger did on the level with Kung Fu, though, instead of it being like the militaristic action films.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. He would have definitely found a worldwide audience by the 80s.
Yeah,
and we would have had the Kung Fu Renaissance a lot earlier than we did, like in the late 90s with,
That's what I mean. He would have made like Rush Hour in the early 90s, if not late 80s. That's what I'm getting at. He would have been ahead of the curve. I agree with you there too, Jolly.
He was ahead of the curve to begin with. Think of the fact that he was planning Kung Fu, right? When he was doing Green Hornet, right?
He had to slow his footage down sometimes.
Yeah, because he was too fast, way too fast. And Vizriel, thanks for becoming a member, courtesy of George. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you later this week. I think probably Thursday for the member stream. I'm going to drop it in the community tab tomorrow, but. Statham fans, I think Statham is a quality action star as well. I don't know. I mean, anybody who comes out of British military could probably go.
He's probably more successful than Van Damme if you really think about it.
He is actually. Yeah, Bronson's a good choice too. Sub, absolutely.
The Rock deserves a mention. Keanu Reeves deserves a mention for sure.
Yeah, but see, Keanu Reeves, would you count him as an action star this late? Because he's only,
he's always done every kind of genre.
He's done The Matrix. He's done,
Speed, 1994.
Speed, okay.
I say people forget about Point Break and Speed and that one he did with Morgan Freeman a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, no, you've got a lot of Keanu action star. I mean,
he usually does like one or two every once in a while. Like, he'll bounce
look
around.
At John Wick. The John Wick franchise is Keanu Reeves. Right.
But he did like Bill and Ted and a couple other things in between there too.
Sure. But I mean, this guy has done amazing stuff for a long time, and we don't give him that glory. And Random Brad Creator, you're 100% right. Kurt Russell.
I knew you were gonna shove that in there sooner or later.
Kurt Russell is the man, Yeah.
You know what's sad is I never have thought of Kurt Russell as an action star because when I was younger, most of the Kurt Russell movies I saw were his comedies. Like I didn't see a lot of Kurt Russell action until
we forgot about
Mel
Gibson.
And that's Mel Gibson's another one like Kurt Russell where he's a chameleon, and same thing with Keanu Reeves. He can bounce from genre to genre without. But yeah, I would consider Mel Gibson definitely needs to be mentioned in the action genre because he had not only Mad Max but he had Lethal Weapon.
And Danny's on it, man. Danny says Steven Seagal. We left him.
I don't know. He's kind of a forced.
He had his
thing that happened.
But Liam Neeson has came on strong in his later years of his career and kind of put his star on the old walkway.
I love how he admits that he just pisses himself when he's drunk.
Right.
Nobody's mentioned Wesley Snipes yet.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Wesley.
Yeah.
Oh, and Russell Crowe had a moment there too.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Snipes.
Visual says that he didn't know that Kurt Russell was in comedies. Kurt Russell got started in Disney movies.
Yeah.
He
was a child actor.
Yeah, he was the original Disney kid, personally selected by Walt, and probably the only not fucked up Disney kid in the history of Disney kids.
Well, and you look at like Big Trouble in Little China, he's the comic relief in that.
He is, but he's genius, dude. He's genius.
He's the sidekick.
I'm sorry. Tango and Cash is a instant.
I was just going to say that was the first time I saw him as in an action movie, really, when I was a kid. Yeah,
he's so good. I just Escape from New York, indeed.
I didn't see Escape from New York till I was like 12 or 13. Basically, when the sequel came out, because that was one they never like re-released on video until the second one came out.
You know what, Monkey Jeebus, if this could be proved, wouldn't you love to have an actual heir?
He doesn't look anything like him, though. And this is like the fourth time I've heard this week. What is the whole deal with that?
We'll go into it one time. We don't have enough time for that on this show.
Who did he fuck? Supposedly that's his mom. That's not that hard to get into.
Right.
Rogue Disney says Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze, dude, Roadhouse alone. Right?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Point Break.
Sam Elliott does nothing but kick people's asses.
You know, I keep going back to the Expendables, you know, like Mickey Rourke's in there. You got to watch all the Expendable movies, and that pretty much, you know, is your best of your best, at least the ones that are still alive.
I didn't care for any of them after the first one. Well, that's not true. I didn't think the third one was that bad.
What did Cash
I love Van Damme as the bad guy in the second one.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't care for that
3,000
one as
miles to
much.
Graceland. Okay, so let's give it up for my boy, right? Tin Cup. Let's give it up for Kevin Costner.
Dances.
Dude, and look, how many National Treasure films are there? How many action roles has fucking Nick Cage been in?
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sorry. The problem is there's so many. This isn't. Thank you, Nikki D, for an impossible question and a long running argument for the panel. Jeez.
Did you
So
see?
much for getting any topics.
Be here all night.
No Way Out. Costner's movie that he did with Sean Young.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably out of everything that I've seen. That's one of those films that had the twist I didn't see coming.
Oh yeah, that was a good. That was a good twist.
I was like, oh, that was good. I didn't.
Costner did one not that long ago called 3 Days to Live or 3 Days, something like 3 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was excellent, right? He's dying of something. They have a drug that can cure him, but he has to eliminate somebody turns out to be his daughter's boyfriend's dad or something. It's really a great film.
I saw that movie. It was called Gross Point Blank.
Well, God, that is such a great film. And you know what? That's a Cusack, right? Cusack can be a piece of shit, but damn, that family of actors is awesome. I don't care what anybody says. They're really
3 Days to Kill.
No, I'm pretty much convinced that John Cusack is not playing any roles when he's in those movies. He's always kind of a neurotic asshole or whatever. That's
there's no doubt about that.
Like,
that's
pretty much just reality.
Russell's father was also an actor, being Russell. No, that's not.
Yeah. No, wasn't he?
That's not right. But I love you guys.
Right.
Oh, Independence Day, y'all. Indeed. Speaking of Independence Day. Oh, wait. Mr. Trickle.
He's not kidding. I just looked at a picture of him. It totally looks like him.
Well,
there's no way that's not his dad.
Are you sure his dad?
Are you sure his dad's not Nipsey Russell? I mean, because that would
look. There's no fucking way this guy ain't his dad.
Gosh, that is some deep stuff.
He looks just like his mom and dad. Here's a picture. I debunked your shit before you even had a chance to fucking tell me. That's how much of a journalist I am. It's called Google, motherfucker.
Urinalist. Okay.
There you go, right there. There's his mom and dad. He looks just like his folks. He looks just like his mama and his papa.
He looks like Walt.
You are so fucking brainwashed, dude.
That looks like Ray Liotta on the left.
That's his dad.
That's Ray Liotta's dad.
No, that's Kurt Russell's dad.
No, it's just Ray Liotta's dad.
Have you seen Kurt Russell play Elvis? Did you guys ever see that one?
He's totally got his dad's
many
eyes,
years
for
ago.
fuck's sake.
Kurt Russell, he was in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
No, he did an Elvis biopic.
Yeah, directed by John Carpenter.
John Carpenter, yeah,
and it was
one of the first time together, actually,
on-screen Elvises that I've seen.
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't seen this new guy, Austin. Yeah, I'm looking at this Austin kid. I saw him in the Shannara Chronicles, and I'm having a really tough time wrapping my head around him playing Elvis.
Well, apparently he can sing.
You know, Carpenter and Russell, I think, have gotten together 4 or 5 times now, Tom. And if you ever listen to the, it's the soundtrack, the where the actors and directors come on and talk about the movie. Commentary. Thank you. That's it's so good on John Carpenter's The Thing. You really get to hear him go back and forth They're smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee.
Oh, they're probably is that the one they're
They
drunk on?
don't even talk about the movie. They don't even talk about the movie.
I was gonna say
there's
there's a pretty famous there's one where they get sloshed drunk. I don't know if it was the thing or if it was
Big Trouble in Little China.
Is it Big Trouble?
Big Trouble.
They go through the entire commentary track for the whole movie, and they never talk about the movie. Most of the time, they're talking about hockey. I mean, they're talking about all sorts of stuff because their kids play hockey, and they talk about all sorts of things, but they don't ever talk about the film. And you can tell that they've nipped a few. It is a wild conversation.
You should hear the director commentary from Paul Thomas Anderson on Boogie Nights.
Oh Lord, I don't really want to.
It's great. It's great.
Oh,
you can tell he's hammered. You can tell. It's great.
See, and this, I don't know. We've got great humans in the chat. Apparently, we're not helping Mr. Tickle Trunk sleep. 1 of 10. I'm sorry. 1 out of 10. But Scott Westbrook for $5 says, just because I never get to stay up this late.
You don't have tomorrow off?
Super chat. That's right. Tomorrow is Independence Day.
I gotta work. Andre's like, the 4th is just another day.
I gotta work.
That's what he says.
I love these streams. You guys make
6
me so
actually
happy.
does work though. That's the difference.
Oh, okay. Pauly Shore is definitely the action star.
I'm an action star, buddy.
That goes without saying.
Weezing the Jew.
We can probably get Pauly Shore on here. Let's try.
Encino Man is still a classic.
Let's just start bombarding him on Twitter. He might come on.
Biodome
and Carrot Top.
Dude, Carrot Top. Give me come on.
I'm not kidding. I would totally like fangirl over Pauly
Steve
Shore
McQueen,
if he came in here.
Action star. Thank you, Frankie.
Yeah,
Frankie's
Steve
on
McQueen.
fire tonight, dude.
Bullet.
Steve fucking McQueen.
One of my dad's favorite shows. Bullet.
That's Gerard Butler. Thank you. Danny's on fire too. Yeah.
You know, speaking of action stars, you know what I watched the other night and I couldn't believe how damn fucking good it was? Shaft.
Shut your mouth.
Samuel L. Jackson, baby.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the original 1971.
Good stuff.
And it's not even nearly as racially driven as you would think. There's like 2 scenes in the whole movie where they really bring up race, and that's it. And I'm like, this movie is like touted as this big blaxploitation movie. It's just like any other action film that would have had, Clint Eastwood or anybody else at the time. It really is.
You're always saying that you don't have time to watch stuff, and I can't go see Top Gun 2. I don't have
fuck
time.
You, but it's Shaft.
And then did you just say fuck you?
Wow.
But you're watching movies that are 100 years old.
Shaft is amazing.
Look, Papa Cotton says Encino Man is the world's only perfect movie.
Plus, I'd also have to drive an hour to go see Top Gun. There's the difference.
Danny, there is an action star that we haven't mentioned yet.
Okay.
Estelle Getty.
She was in Stop My Mom Will Shoot.
Yeah.
I was going to say Helen Mirren.
She actually, that's actually a real.
Yeah.
That's
a point.
Scorpion King says Jackie Brown was good. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown rocks.
Yeah. Dude, look, okay, so Uma Thurman
is not a Jackie Brown.
No, but that's an action star.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. All right.
You're not Canadian though.
Yeah, and then you had the 3 chicks in the Charlie's Angels thing. Whoever would have thought that Drew Barrymore would be in an action film?
Right. Well, Demi Moore.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're right. 3 times. Shit.
A lady.
Yeah, it was Speed. That's right. Indie Phantom.
Yeah, Speed was good. I saw Speed on a double bill with The Crow.
What?
I saw Speed on a double bill with The Crow.
That's an odd combo.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, but it was still a good movie.
Like Goth slit your wrist with a razor blade to never nonstop action things gonna blow up. So wow, bro, that's weird sauce.
So here's an idea: an action picture with Demi Moore and Jennifer Connelly playing sisters.
I'm down for that.
What was the original
Wait,
question
Demi,
about
who was
action
the sisters?
Demi Moore and Jennifer Connelly.
Isn't she like 20 years older than her though?
Doesn't matter. I mean, they could be sisters.
True, but still.
And
I've got cousins that are old enough to be my.
How does Demi look anymore? I haven't seen her in a while.
Well, she's Looney Tunes, but she still looks.
I was gonna say I haven't seen her publicly in a long time.
Okay, say this, Tom, because I can't do it justice.
Stoney is the crustiest battle I've ever witnessed. So don't harsh on his gig, buddy. Oh.
Only I find that funny.
Hot on the outside, icy cold in the middle.
Let me tell you, Kate Beckinsale was great in the vampire film, so you're not wrong. But that means that you've got to give it to Jovovich. How do you say her name? Because
Mila Jovovich.
She's been kicking ass for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
You know, Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson were in a movie together.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight. That was actually pretty good.
Shoot, yeah, and I wow, dang. Okay, okay. I still think it's Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and I don't know,
Eastwood. It's hard to pin it down to just one.
It is. Comic Chat for $1.99 says Michael J. White, Scott Adkins, Ray Parker. Ray Parker, yes.
Yeah.
Michael J. White
has been doing. The last time I saw him, he was on CW shows playing. Bronze Tiger.
Yeah. Scott Adkins.
I don't know Scott Adkins.
He's had some good movies.
Momoa. I saw this earlier, Danny. Jason Momoa he's almost there. We'll see what happens with Fast 27 or whatever the next film is that he's in. Somebody said Vin Diesel earlier. I'm like, outside of Triple X and the Fast franchise. Going
by most things on Google, it's either Schwarzenegger or Stallone.
Yeah, and I think that's probably accurate. Yeah, I would put a couple of the Bond guys in there, but that's just me.
For sure.
I'm weird like that. Yeah, Jackie Chan indeed. So
yeah, there was probably a time Sean Connery could have been considered an action star, probably.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Jean-Claude Van Damme earlier. Has anybody seen what was it?
JVCD or whatever? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Excellent movie. It was like Jean-Claude Van Damme can act. It was a very impressive piece of work from him.
Well, he can't speak.
Better late than never.
You're actually sharing something right now, Jason. Am I showing this?
I am. Somebody mentioned Wesley Snipes and his comic book earlier, so I thought I would hold this up. He's doing a comic book. He's crowdfunding.
Wow.
He did the concept.
There's still 21 days left on that campaign.
I think they extended because we reported on this a few weeks ago. So yeah.
Wow. 808 backers. So it's not cheap. It's not a cheap book, but it's got 140 pages. Huh. Wonder if that's going to be good. Oh yeah. We forgot Gina Carano. Thank you, John Edgar. Indeed. Dolph Lundgren. Yes. You know what? Buster Keaton was an action star, did his own stunts, a lot of amazing stuff, but then you have to put Chaplin in there too. Because they were both very much involved in what they were doing. Pierce Brosnan, yes, I agree.
Yep.
Because he did it in TV and he did it on film.
Remington Steele.
That's right. It was one of my favorites. Yeah, Marky Mark. I love The Big Hit. I'm weird.
Yeah, you are weird.
Cynthia Rothrock, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, Nicolas Cage. I mentioned Nicolas Cage, Critizable. I did. I thought, put it there.
Tia Carrere did Relic Hunter on television.
Gosh. Now you're talking about
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Why? And of course, Barbed Wire. I mean, you got to bring Pamela Anderson into that.
Sure.
Thanks. Well, okay, so physical comedians as well as funny comedians. I was talking about him the other night, Jerry Lewis. But He wasn't really an action star. I give up. We're not doing this anymore. Let's find something else to talk about while we bring in Justice Shaw. What's up? Oh, shoot. Apparently, from the MPC Daily, allowing Trump supporters to vote is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
We don't have a democracy.
Denying the far-right suffrage may be the key to ending voter suppression. Well, indeed.
Speaking
Well, we haven't suffered enough. You want to deny us suffrage? Well, I'm done suffering.
Hey,
there's someone else suffering.
This is important information, everybody. Trump supporters are a clear and present danger to American democracy. The rightful winner of the 2016 presidential election recently declared this, echoing concerns of a January 6th expert witness that Trump supporters are a clear and present danger in American democracy. Hillary Rodham Clinton is no stranger to clear and present danger, as facing down threats to our democracy while speaking the truth to power is an integral part.
Yeah, she has to look at that face in the mirror every day.
Of her lived experience, I agree. From the Republican insurrections of 94 and 98 to the stolen elections of 2000 and 2016, Mrs. Clinton has seen firsthand the dangers of allowing right-wing conspiracies to grow too vast, dangers that remain clear and present to this day. The steely-eyed former Secretary of State has decided that she's had enough, no longer content with passively existing as the queen of wit, embodiment of civility, and the personification of righteousness that has flourished within the Democratic Party for so long.
Question?
Go ahead. What?
Question?
Yeah.
As long as she's promising to not wear tight sweatpants ever again, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Miss Clinton has finally come out from behind the curtain to assume a more active role in demanding change.
Sorry, beef curtain.
I had to keep going. You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables, she told NPC Daily correspondent Guy Redshirt, who was hired solely for the purpose of interviewing Miss Clinton. Racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it, and the other half are even worse. Hillary Rodham Clinton, 2016 Democratic nominee, Secretary of State, Senator, hair icon, mom, wife, grandma, times 3, lawyer, advocate, fan of walks in the woods, and standing up for our democracy.
She definitely stands up with her.
Miss Clinton's proposal is simple. To eliminate threats to our democracy, we must keep those threats from participating in our democracy, which means denying Trump supporters and conservatives in general the right to vote or hold office. Pulling the rights of the less dangerous half and putting the rest on suicide watch, Miss Clinton intends to defend democracy from the I couldn't finish it. She also said something about filling all 6 upcoming SCOTUS vacancies. A Guy Redshirt texted our editor shortly before on the mountaintop with 2 shots to the back of the head. I don't know what she meant by that, though.
I have. Did you guys hear about? Did you guys hear about the good news out of Universal about Get Woke, Go Fired?
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear a word.
I shared it for you.
Oh, no, really? What do we got?
Hold on. I just envisioned us. Hold on.
Wow, that was awesome. We just went, what do you call that? Inceptioned. We inceptioned our own selves.
I don't know why it did that. I was trying to hear it. All right, here we go. This comes from Katie Herzog. This is a production coordinator out of Universal Music Enterprises. They wrote this letter in the morning. That's why they didn't do their job. Last Friday, like countless other folks, I was devastated by the news of the Supreme Court's attack on A rights, paired with the flood of anti-whatever and anti-trans legislation. I don't remember that happening. Every Friday, one of my tasks was to process reports for upcoming releases. This is an email list that goes to 275 people. I don't know who's on it. I just knew it was an email list with the most people I had access to, so I sent the following message. I did not do them today. I'm in mourning due to the attack of people with uteruses and the U.S. federally guaranteed access to A is gone. They were fired. So this is what happens when you try to pull activism at Universal. They were fired by not doing their job because they were more in the row. There you go. So there's good news. Even companies are getting crapped out with this stuff.
You know, I find that fascinating because right now you have some weirdness happening with Disney again. I'm not going to do the story. I can't do the story I want to do. Okay, I'm not going to address it. But right now, there's some more weirdness with Disney. Something they're supporting, and it irritates me. And there you go. So I don't know what else to say. Yeah, and you know what? Society, 100%, bro. No one wants to be the next Disney. That is so true.
Hey, Steven, can you point down for me so I can take a screenshot, please? Just point down for me.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, like that. Thank you.
Can I put my hand down now?
Yeah, you got shot it, bro. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Thank you.
That was a great story. Thank you. That's courtesy of my producer, Mr. Grant Gregory, the laugh that we had a moment ago. And then, of course, Steven brings in the foul ball that was hit by Universal. And that's probably what they're going to have to do from now on when you go full activism mode.
Well, he can't get a job now. He's going to get fired from the next place. Why'd you get fired from your last job? Oh, I tried to write an email not doing my job because I was at protesting.
Oh, shoot. You sent me a super chat, brother?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, no, I read it. I did. Oh, wait. No, you got... Oh, it's the other one. I'm sorry, man.
Oh,
yeah, Scott Adkins is Van Damme's protege. He wanted to be the next Batman. He plays Boyeka. I can't say that.
Boyeka.
Yeah. In the Undisputed movie series. Ah!
Yeah, see him in a movie called One Shot. It's on Amazon. It's really good.
Okay.
It is crazy good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, my man.
There's also very bad news coming out of the entertainment industry. Pictures are already coming out of Loki season 2 being filmed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a Greek.
Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston on set. Yes. And it doesn't look very, very fun in Mexico. I killed the chat. Go dead air. All right, let's go. Loki does that now.
Speaking of Suicide Watch,
Tom's serving up a beautiful story.
Is it about pot?
Probably. In a weird way. I mean, if you like Twinkies, you're gonna like this story. You ready?
Are we talking like the Candy Kid ravers or the food?
It's the birth of the Twinkie.
Oh, the copyright stuff with the Minions. Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah. So apparently, how did Minions beat Disney at the copyright game? Minions are practically public domain, and that's what's made them more popular and widespread than Mickey Mouse. If aliens ever discover our deserted planet at some point in the future, they may mistake Minions for hieroglyphic language our species once used to communicate. The babbling sidekicks from Despicable Me and its spin-offs can be seen on Facebook mental health pages, on Instagram posts of a baby announcing a baby was born, and on the sides of landscaping trucks. They're on party supplies, store balloon displays, bakery chalkboards, QAnon protest signs, and cannabis dispensary window murals, where they all look higher than usual. My roommate bought off-brand vaguely yellow Minion shot glasses home from a trip to the Florida Keys. I do not need an article 20 years from now to warn me that drinking from them may be detrimental to my health. They're clearly unlicensed merch. Compare that to the ubiquity to how aggressively Disney handles its trademark characters. In 1989, the Walt Disney Company brought the legal hammer down on 3 Florida daycares for their murals featuring Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and other Disney characters. Disney demanded their removal. Nearly 10 years later, U.S. courts passed the Sonny Bono Act, an extension of various expiring copyrights, preventing them from becoming public domain. And it was the first of its kind in America, and it's colloquially known as the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. due to its greatest benefactor, the company most known for fighting copyright expiration at any cost and defending its brand regardless of public opinion.
Up to and including taking a Spider-Man off a gravestone.
That's true. Exactly. Certainly that attitude is ruffled feathers. The daycare injunctions were unpopular among Florida's locals.
There's another part of that daycare thing. They also charge daycares for showing Disney movies.
They do. Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't know about that? Yeah.
No, I didn't know about that. I was too busy making fun of Pooh Bear.
You know that FBI warning that's in the beginning of every video that says public exhibition is also included in this? Yeah, they tried to sue a bunch of fucking daycare centers for like 10 grand a piece for that.
Yeah.
And plus more damages. Yeah, I think it got tossed out eventually. I can't remember what happened, but like it was a big old fiasco in the mid-90s-ish.
God, Disney, you're crazy.
Oh, yeah. And to those of you on the East Coast, Yosef Production says, happy 4th, East Coasters. Indeed. Welcome to the 4th of July for those of you there. Copyright law is anti-free market. That's not a lie. Yay, it just turned 4th. Now, happy birthday, America. That's right, Vizrael. Thank you all for being here on this 4th of July on the East Coast. We're time traveling, folks. We'll get there soon. All right, here we go. So apparently, Simpsons in 2008, Simpsons Treehouse of Horror segment where Krusty Sandblast unlicensed images of his face off the walls at Maggie's daycare and dies horribly as a result. That's one of the things that basically make fun of this. Now, ironically, you can now watch that episode on Disney Plus. Interesting. After Disney struck down the unlicensed Mickeys, Universal jumped at the chance to replace the murals with Hanna-Barbera characters like Fred Flintstone. This was just ahead of the 1990 opening of Universal Studios Florida, where those Hanna-Barbera characters would serve as the park's cartoon mascots. But Universal Studios' current cartoon mascots are far, far more ubiquitous than Fred. And
they really like that word, don't they?
They do. And letting creators put those mascots on walls, signs, and indie products has arguably done the studio far more good than chasing down copyright violators ever would have. Mickey Mouse was created in 1928. It's America's preeminent cartoon hero, at least on paper, traditionally. But it's easy to go a day or a week or longer without seeing a picture of Mickey Mouse. When was the last time you went a week without seeing a Minion reference on social media, meme, an ad, a sign, or a logo? They're the dominating cartoon medicines in America by a yellow landslide. And they're most certainly on the walls of a number of daycare facilities. Universal Studios' parent company of Illumination, the animation studio that has blessed us with Minions, did not put them there. The Minions are not public domain, but you wouldn't know it by the ways people have taken ownership of them. And Universal's comparatively hands-off attitude toward Minion litigation has arguably paid off by making them as recognizable and culturally front and center as Mickey, if not more so.
I think it's more like free advertising, the way people adapt the different versions of
Look at that.
Minions in general. Yeah. My favorite, I think, is still the arts and scissoring book that they have.
Well, this is why I compared them to the Smurfs and the California Raisins, right?
Yeah.
Well, also consider, Marvel and DC letting cosplayers sell photos, in costume. There could be all sorts. I mean, there's all sorts of copyright violations everywhere.
Wait. They let them. All the cosplayers do is make a 25% difference, right? They can get away with it, though, right?
Well, no, I mean, but see, the publishers have never really gone after cosplayers and said you can't do. I mean, the fan films didn't take a hit until CBS sued Axanar. Yeah. Up until that point, everybody was, as long as you don't do something,
I just kind of ignored them
crazy with it. Because you're right, it's exactly like this. It's free advertising. We're going to put our product out there, but we don't have to pay for it.
But there's another thing you can add to that as well, is I think what the comic book industry did with cosplayers is adapt them to the cosplayer comic book covers. We saw a lot more of those coming to fruition as cosplay became more popular.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Wow, this is a very long article.
You chose it.
But it's not that much longer.
It is.
It's miles long, dude.
I feel bad for if they went up to like the copyright for SpongeBob, and every time I saw a yellow sponge, it would have the FBI warning on it.
Essentially,
Paramount's dickholes, though.
Yeah, Disney. I skipped a bunch of stuff that isn't relevant, but Disney's playbook has always been to rewrite public domain fairy tales into copyrighted versions, then mold an ecosystem where any other adaptation of the original story comes off as the bootleg. When Disney was able to lobby Washington to extend its copyrights and its trademarks in 1998, it was after the studio returned to the zeitgeist with a new generation of uber popular rewrites of other people's stories like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. Wow, this is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And Universal has a similar history as a studio. It kicked off the success of with a string of adaptation of classic horror stories from the 30s and 40s with Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Invisible Man. Many of these stories are in the public domain, but Universal retains the rights to its own iterations, which have become the canonized versions in the public imagination.
And they've never, and even though people have been very careful to step on their Universal Monster copyright, I can't think of one time them ever going after anybody for that.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Yeah, in the 1990s brought a new level of the screeching countercultural feedback, resisting the Disney family-focused return to dominance. Culture jammers like Ron English and other adbuster types were laser-focused on reclaiming Mickey as a kind of surrogate mascot for consumerism and corporate malevolence. Their efforts did nothing to topple the Magic Kingdom, suggesting that even cultural capital has its own forms of soft and hard power. Think the band Sparks recording the satirical song about Mickey Mouse on their 1982 album Angst in My Pants, then recording an official licensed song about Minnie Mouse for Disney a year later. Culture jamming has become a lost art, but only because it grew even bigger and more sincere. Now when people share their images of Minions, Shrek, and SpongeBob, curiously 3 characters who all have attractions at Universal Studios theme parks, it isn't criticizing those properties or the corporate structures they belong to, and merely a form of self-expression. Nickelodeon even sold its own toy line of fan-canonized SpongeBobs, while Disney is busy suing Etsy pages. You can show someone just how deep your love is with a Minions wedding ring. That's true. I mean,
they're painting Paramount quite a bit more family-friendly than they really are. Or at least fan-friendly, I should say.
Actually. It's Universal, actually. Not Paramount.
Well, yeah, but they said Nickelodeon. Well, Nickelodeon owns SpongeBob and Ninja Turtles and a few other kids' properties.
True, but my point is that you have other entities that aren't going after.
Traditionally, I also can't remember Paramount ever going after anybody for SpongeBob stuff. But that may also be because didn't the guy who created SpongeBob co-own SpongeBob? Didn't something like that? But no, you guys are 100% right. Like this, George is finally here. This whole idea that, this is basically free advertising. That's what I was saying about the Universal monsters, right? When I say Frankenstein's monster, the first version that pops in your head is the Universal version, right? When I say Dracula, the first version that pops in your head is Bela Lugosi's version. Those are the Universal monsters, right? And that's why I'm sure they've never bothered going after them, because they like the idea that when you think of it, it's their version, right? And I get this is completely on point in this article about how the Minions have kind of taken over culture, where certain other characters like Mickey Mouse and the Looney Tunes used to kind of come into play. And it's another thing, like you always see these unlicensed things at like fairs and carnivals. That's another thing I've seen Minions pop up all over the place too. George.
Yeah, George is
here.
Hey,
everybody.
Hey, sir, thank you for the wonderful gift of the membership.
Absolutely, my brother.
Yeah. It's popping off here. We got fireworks going all around me. So if you guys hear any of that, I apologize. But
that's it. I can't take it. I'm going. I just want to
take your shirt off, George, before you go.
Wow. Everybody say hi to George. How did George leave? What just happened?
I don't know what happened.
It was
I like how you made those guys the top.
Hey, we're on camera and handsome.
Thank you for making your tier system is horrifying.
It's beauty tier.
What are y'all talking about?
They keep moving all the cameras up and us down like we're ugly folk.
We're talking about
staying on camera.
How Disney is fiercely trying to guard every single inch of whatever they think they own. Versus the fact that the Minions are essentially
public domain.
Yeah, they're available for people to use. you know, essentially in the public domain.
Well, that Universal hasn't gone after anybody, basically.
Yeah.
Saves them money on advertising. I bet you it does.
That's really what it is, Steven, right? And that's kind of like all I was getting around to is like it is. It's basically free advertising. That's why it does. The whole copyright system on YouTube makes no sense to me. Unless somebody's clearly just re-uploading something. Like that's why I have never understood it. It's like you're getting free advertising. Even if it's a bad review, you're still... Do you have any idea how many movies I have watched after RLM has trashed them on fucking Best of the Worst? Like, there's even like those little boutique studios that pay attention to what movies they're talking about. And next thing you know, Vinegar Syndrome or whatever has a copy of it out there now because of that, right? Like, this article is hitting a point that a lot of these companies, I think, have really kind of misunderstood or forgotten about, especially since like the 80s and 90s, where it felt like there was kind of this, felt like a gap, right? Like between, and I brought up fairs earlier, right? I remember going to the fair, and one of my favorite booths at the fair every year was the poster booth, or the place where they had the glass framed pictures. And you know, none of those were licensed, right? Like that was all shit they made out the back of a van. Like, but those were my favorite things to have. But like you guys said, though, it's supply and demand, and they know that they may not necessarily be able to supply all this shit, but the demand's out there, and it's free advertising, so fuck it, right? What is the sense in going after it?
It's like the bootleg VHS copies of movies that were floating around at Comic Cons forever. You know, I mean that was the only way that you could get a copy of the Fantastic Four.
Right. I remember them. I just want to tell everybody, no, you're very welcome. I can't type to all of y'all, it'll bother the chat, but you're all welcome. All of y'all are wonderful in the chat. Y'all deserve it.
Very generous, George.
No, they deserve it because they're all saying thank you.
He gave everybody a bunch of blood.
No.
Was it Kathleen Kennedy's?
He pledged a pint of blood to a bunch of people.
You can't give that away.
Oh, I thought you were like Amber Heard.
No, he's
pledge?
giving away memberships. He's making it rain memberships.
Oh, so it was like an Amber Heard pledge, or was it an actual pledge that followed through?
What do you think? I mean, do you think Chapek's actually going to pull through? I'm curious.
I think the 3 years is going to show what his actual plan is. I think that's what people are thinking, that he's a lot smarter than he's pretending to be, and he's trying to out the woke crowd before he can get them out.
I think he's going to start swinging an axe.
I hope so.
Well, Zaslav is pretty much the kickstone, right? And everyone's pretty much going to follow suit.
But I'm not so sure that Zaslav is going to swing his axe as hard as
I don't think so.
Well,
the Ezra thing. Look at what he's allowing. Discovery Plus. Look at Discovery Plus. I mean I like Zaslav, but he's allowing a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, I only watch CNN Plus. Oh, wait a minute.
I have to wonder, though, if Zaslav's letting some stuff go while he's concentrating on getting the Warner thing done.
That's the thing. You got to remember, he can't micromanage every little thing, right?
He could be prioritizing.
Right. No.
Unless it ends up on his radar, then he's not going to. Yeah.
I understand about micromanaging, but what it tells me is when you have a boss that steps in and you see him swinging the axe, people usually duck their heads low, but instead these people are pushing stuff which it's like they want his attention.
Well,
like,
Disney has people that are overacting right now too, and you're going to start to see heads roll over there. I believe, at least I hope so. But when you look at what Zaslav's doing.
Yeah, they didn't. Sorry, go Culture. Sorry.
No. It's okay. It's just I'm used to Fat Steven in their opinion. But when you look at Zaslav, right? When you look at what Zaslav's doing right now, he's essentially still weighing his options. I think that was a correct assessment by you all, and I think what you'll see after this next week, which is a billionaires, a summer camp for billionaires is coming up. It's the Allen and Company, retreat in Sun Valley, Idaho. And you're going to see a bunch of these studio heads, a bunch of these tech people, all these billionaires and studio people and whatever you want to call them, CEOs. They're all showing up there. You'll start to see, if we're going to see a cultural shift, it's going to start there. Because people are going to start talking about there is no money in this. There's no money in what we're doing.
I'm sure they're already talking about it.
I have been watching Indian cinema for the last week, just going crazy on it, and just some of the things that I've seen lately. My God, if Hollywood hasn't shit themselves, I don't know what it's going to take, because the movies, I saw KGF, I saw Bahubali, I was just watching, I have another one that I'm about to start, Iga, and the things that they're doing with the stories, and I hate musicals, but the numbers, I don't know how they work, but they work great. And I'm like, Hollywood's falling behind. I mean, I got a Russian film that I got a name for that I was looking at the trailer, and just the trailer, because the Russians used to create some crap. I mean, it had a story, but everything else. Anyway, my whole point is that if Hollywood is not, if they don't get their shit straight, they're going to be the last.
See, well, I think the whole, sorry to interrupt, Master Culture.
Go.
I think we should start having a poll at the end of every one of our streams or videos. How long do you think until Hollywood goes off fentanyl and back to cocaine?
Not soon enough.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like George, I just want to add to what you're saying, and then you're welcome to keep going. But I mean, I've been through RRR, KGF. I'm on Buabali now, right? And I mean, I'm going through these things like they're candy, because we haven't seen movies like this in 15 years.
They're starting to film KGF 3 tomorrow, or technically in 2 days' time, and it will be released on the 1st of November this year.
It's amazing.
It's these things that it's like Ezra Miller. I don't know if this is a rumor, but I read it earlier. Because I read one that said it was for certain, then one I read it was a rumor. They said his series on HBO Max was canceled.
It is canceled.
Oh, so that's
this is what I wanted to bring up here. Is like this whole thing is like,
oh wow,
people are running with this like it's news, right? And what this came from, I don't know where this healing thing came from. If that was
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tom, but I think I do. There was a spokesperson that's been hanging with Ezra Miller during this whole allegation thing, and while he's been keeping low, they've been keeping whatever your goddamn Webster's definition is, and they pretty much put a statement of what they've been talking about, and this is him focusing on healing. They also said they're trying to say that some of this is also attached to the whole Joss Whedon crap that's going down. Ray Fisher spoke out as well. This is also coming from Ray Fisher as well, saying that all of this has an interlinking, and that he will make a statement soon. But he's also focusing on healing because of everything that's gone on since Joss Whedon, the loss of also, I guess, a family friend or whatever the hell that caused this trauma to start off till now. So there's something
that's like BS.
I hadn't heard the Ray Fisher thing, but I expect him to show up dead. I expect him to end up dead here before.
Well,
dead. You mean the
character? With how many bodies around?
No, Ezra Miller. I expect somebody. They will find him room temperature at some point,
and that's not great, right?
Well, this thing that everybody's running with, including YouTubers and other outlets, is from one bit of the expose in Variety, where it's literally basically just re-quoting the same thing they've been saying for the last 2 months. There's nothing new here.
What is it?
Right?
What are they saying?
They're saying that they're committed to releasing this movie with Ezra in it. No, they're committed to releasing the movie. That part is true. Yeah. But at this point, from what I've been hearing, they've been having just meetings going back and forth trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this, because before they were just hoping they could just dump it. And again, this is just going off of what I heard. Before they were hoping they could just dump it and get it over with, right?
Right.
Are you playing some fucking music in the background, Culture?
No.
Someone's playing something.
Yeah.
Someone trying to get it on with a turtle? What is that?
I hear it. There it is.
You got your StreamYard music on or something.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Muted doesn't mean the music isn't playing. It plays through all StreamYard.
No. Somebody else is playing it.
No, it's the StreamYard music, man. Go into your... There. God.
But then,
what the fuck was I saying?
Why don't they just Tom? Why don't they just replace him and just do what they did?
That's kind of the only
30 years ago. Just crop his head and put another actor.
It's too expensive because he's playing at least 2 characters in this film. I mean, he's in the entire movie.
Here's the problem they're facing right now. Is this is where they were before the latest round of bullshit to come out. They were just hoping that he would lay low. They tried to get him some help. They were hoping that, you know, people would kind of forget about some of this stuff, and then next summer they could just drop this movie, get it over with. And they already have a couple of people lined up that are going to take over the role following that. Right. This series is dead. There is no way a Flash series is happening regardless now.
No Flash at all, or Flash with him. Him was dead. They're not going to do any Flash?
I don't foresee them even
my God,
doing
after
that
all
at this
these
point.
years.
I don't see them. There's no real reason to.
They've already done Flash on the TV.
Yeah.
I know, but that's CW.
Yeah, but not a proper Barry Allen Flash.
The problem they have now is with all this latest stuff, like the movie's almost unreleasable with him in it, right? Like a lot of people are, why don't you just Flashpoint him out of existence? Why don't you have, this character play one version and then at the end it's that, which they could have done that a couple of weeks ago, but now you're at a point where there's no way they can release this movie with him in it.
You have
period.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, I like this idea. Just crop Miller's head.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying.
You can't though, and that's what we were saying. And I know some people just don't understand. There's rules and regulations in place.
It's a legal thing.
It's a whole.
They just pay him off. Like, here's your money.
Well, that's what they would need, is they would have to get him to sign off, and that's.
And even then, you're
still doing a bunch of special effects, so you might as well just.
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, to add to what Tom was saying. I mean, you go through the expense of doing the face replacement or the however they end up doing it.
Right.
This is already what, a $200 million picture?
Oh, it's way more than that.
Well, that's the problem.
There's no way that they're going to get their money back. The only advantages they have as far as the marketing goes is they got Michael Keaton in it.
Right.
And my thinking is you just drop this movie, just put it in theaters because you got too much money invested in it just to not do it. And then as soon as this thing's out, the next day you say, hey, by the way, Michael Keaton's going to star in Batman Beyond, and you get all of the focus somewhere else. Or some project. You make some kind of an announcement that gets all of the attention away from the Flash.
Well, I think you're kind of on the right track there, Jason. Here's the problem they're at right now, is they have this movie, which, as you just said, cost $200 million to make.
Yeah, it's so much.
And at this point, it's unreleasable. Like, if they drop in theaters now, they're probably going to get protests.
Why not just
the time to
stream it?
just? Well, that's not. They'll lose way too. They can't afford to just stream it. They lost
the amount of normies that don't know anything that's going on with Ezra. That's the thing. There's a lot of people who just, because it's not being
There is, but it's also hit the mainstream now, Grant, and that's what I was saying. Like, the time to just dump this in some way, shape, or form was weeks ago. Now it's too late. This has hit the mainstream media, and the other problem they have is not only this $200 million movie, they have 3 or 4 other projects behind this that are waiting to be released that are connected to this, that are already in the can. Done. They're done. You've got Batgirl, which is directly connected to this. There's rumors now, and I've had it even confirmed by certain other people, so I can say there's pretty good chance it's probably true that Michael Keaton pops up in Aquaman as well.
Yep.
And there's a couple other DC projects that are in between here and Joker 2, which I kind of said, like, basically the cutoff is Blue Beetle and Joker 2. Once we get there, then we are past what has already been done.
Okay,
right?
Well, wait a minute. If they're dropping Keaton in Aquaman, Tom, does that mean Affleck is done? Because 4 weeks ago we were talking about, you said they're still trying to get him to, because
they're trying to get him to sign, but I've been saying for a while that he's done. He has been saying for a while he's done. And so they have 2 or 3 different versions of the Flashpoint movie, where one version he sacrifices himself out of existence. The other version he lives. And then there's a third version, which sounds like the one they're going with now, where it's kind of ambiguous. Like where they could possibly bring him back at some point. But basically going forward, it seems like Batman is going to be the dominant Batman in the DC universe. And you're kind of getting your wish with a Batman Beyond, and also getting shit on at the same time, Jason, because that's what Batgirl is.
Yeah.
The Batgirl's supposed to suck. I mean,
at the same time, though, if Keaton's the one in Batgirl, you can that's how you pivot your marketing to focus everything on Keaton, and he becomes Robert Downey Jr. in
that's kind of their plan, yes.
Yeah.
But the problem you have now is Keaton's people are upset because of this Ezra situation.
Yes.
They can't promote the movie with him.
No. You can't put him out in press. You put him out in press, you don't know what he's going to do. Yeah. Even with
you attach him. Yeah, you attach
him. And also
him.
this sets up not just Batgirl, but it also sets up Supergirl.
Oh God, I don't want to see that.
Supergirl's in the Flash anyway, so you're going to see her anyways. In that really front.
Well, that's my point. Is it sets that? That's my whole point. Is this they can't just not release it, right? Like they can't just dump it and call it a day. this sets up too much shit. This has the return of Michael Keaton in it. At this point, and this is because at this point they were kind of looking at, last time I talked to them, they were more worried about the Amber situation, but that was before a lot of this latest stuff, right? And at that point, they'd kind of figured that one out. That was the easier of the two to mess with. They were just basically hoping and banking on the idea that Ezra would kind of go away, that, like you guys said, the normies didn't know about a lot of this stuff, and it would kind of just disappear. But once you got into this grooming and all this other bullshit that's going on now, it's getting too tough to keep it out of the media. It's hit Variety, it's hit Deadline, it's hit the bigger trades.
It was. I can tell you that it was in my niece's summer camp. They talked about it because they talk about Stranger Danger, and they were saying, look, it's also in Stars, because the kids like Stars, so they're like explaining to them. So it's at least it hit summer camp.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the normies are now exposed to stuff they weren't 5 years ago.
And we saw the same thing with the JDAH trial too.
Yeah, the normies are exposed to what's happening, and they're exposed to the cultural locus that exists amongst us, and the people that are dedicated to destroying everything that is our modern culture. But I don't know.
I do have something that I still don't understand, and this is my ignorance. So guys, explain to me. I remember The Crow when Brandon Lee died. Yeah. I remember the behind-the-scenes special that they were showing how they had to cut and paste his head on a stunt double's body to complete a lot of the scenes. If they could do that in 92 when it came out, 93?
Yeah, but you're talking like a couple of shots compared to an entire movie, and somebody who died as compared to somebody who's...
No, but what I'm saying is if they had the technology back then to do it, they couldn't do it.
They have the technology. They have the technology. It's just the expense of doing it, because he's in practically every scene.
Okay.
And he plays 3 different versions of himself.
Yeah,
and George's sorry.
The digitized scenes in The Crow were 68 seconds total.
Okay. I was going to say they reshot a bunch of stuff so they didn't have to. Yeah. And a lot of time when you see him, it's the stunt guy.
And it's a shadow of him, not him.
And George, you also have to remember they would have the technology, but they would also have to find the correct YouTuber to hire to do it for them correctly.
I remember. Yeah, I got you there. That's a good one.
And that also gets to the whole Crispin Glover issue and all that stuff, and that all goes back to the Future 1 and 2. Yeah. And the same thing with Eric Stoltz as well from the first film. There's certain rules and stuff like that to where you can't just replace. That's why Tig Notaro, when she was put in Army of the Dead or whatever, because that one actor got Me Too'd out.
Right.
Yeah. They had to actually shoot her on green screen or whatever, and then cut the other guy out and insert her. That's probably more than likely what will happen. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
they might call back a couple. They'll probably call back a couple of actors and for if there's any interaction, but I don't see them. That's the minimal they'll have to do. They've been doing some test screenings. They've been doing some test screenings with Batgirl as well and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're kind of trying to get an idea of what going forward they're going to have to fix and
what if they went the opposite way and just how am I going to say this? Instead of trying to bury it, meaning just get it out there at any time, they actually make a big spectacle of it. Make it a big Hollywood type moment and just ignore it.
There's another way to go about this too, and it's what is if just CGI the head out like Culture was saying, but just replace it with Slender Man's face, which is just a white blanket thing, and just says Slender Man's the Flash, and just run with it the whole way through, because no one wants to look at Slender Man. You die. There you go. Problem solved. Yeah.
George, to answer your question, though, I've been in media 33 years. A lot of that has been spent in advertising, and something like this is such a PR nightmare.
Right.
I can only imagine that the guys in the C-suite are sitting there just having kittens because they've got to figure out what they're going to do, because there is no best solution.
Right.
No.
What if they could do, and this is going to be an expense too, but Tom, you mentioned they've got people lined up to play the Flash later. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They could do something like the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, because Heath Ledger died.
Right.
And so they have 3 different actors. They got Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier, and that could have been a plausibility, but the problem you still have is that you'll still have Ezra playing 1 or 2 of the parts, right? He's still in the movie. That's the problem. At this point, they've got to erase his ass from the movie, period.
There's no best solution here. And again, if I was trying to figure this out on a crisis PR thing, I think I would be telling him reshoot every single moment.
Yeah,
scenes you can drop him from. Don't
cut it down to the minimum, the bare minimum, and then reshoot what you gotta.
Reshoot what you need,
and that's what I would say too. Because at this point, you release it as is. You got a $200 million movie that ain't gonna make shit. Ain't nobody gonna go see this movie at the level you need them to. But if you spend another $50 to $100 million on reshooting it again with just one actor,
it's sitting on the board.
Your chances of making at least some of your money back are better. That's where I think they're going to have to.
Well, they did it with Christopher Plummer and Spacey, and it worked out.
Yeah. What are the chances that Andy Muschietti would go along with that, though?
That's another problem.
Does he have a choice?
God, you know what? I don't. Oh shit!
Because you remember the variant cover that he drew. That just popped up here like a couple of last week.
Yeah, the naked one. Yeah.
The poorly timed one that I think I heard they pulled.
They did pull it.
Yeah.
But
do these people not communicate with each other at all when they do stuff like that?
I really think that this last round of shit really took everybody by surprise, because the stuff I was hearing was Zaslav was losing it every fucking time one of these headlines would come out.
They got
that's what you got to remember is he's inherited this problem, right? Like, this is not his fucking problem. This is the first shit he's got to deal with walking in the door when he had a bunch of other shit on his plate.
Yeah, and you can't afford to Back to the Future this. You just can't. It's too expensive.
This goes.
You almost have almost your only choice though at this point, Culture. And I'm not saying like reshoot the whole thing. I'm saying bring Dylan O'Brien in, because he's the one who's been the main kid they've been talking about. He's from Teen Wolf and
and he's believable.
Still not a blonde.
I know, we need the blonde actually who looks like that.
Well, that's who they've been.
Marion's a blonde.
No, just
there was some
Ed
other
Rowe
guy that
with
was
Eric
a blonde,
Stoltz, and we've gone full circle, and it works.
Yeah, right.
The problem is that these allegations have been going back since January, February, when we had the first one with Mia Solange, and then you had the other ones coming out, and now more seem to be coming out over time as the arrests are happening.
Earlier than that, because
I know the choking one in Iceland as well. Yes, but with that one pretty much died out. We didn't hear much about it, and then when the Mia Solange stuff came out and it started going out through that, then we got the Chase Iron Eyes. But Chase Iron Eyes, I found very, very finicky with their whole storyline to begin with, because of the way they're like, hey, if you have any information with Ezra Miller, please contact me at cancelezramiller@gmail.com. I'm like, what? That's professional. But it's like, the movie is the movie dead on arrival, or can they slide it in the back of like, you get the Flash for free when you order the Snyder digital?
Well, actually, look, I mean, the argument could be made that they release it on streaming, but they can't afford to. This thing right now, because of how long it's been sitting on the shelf and everything else associated with it, production costs, interest, all of this stuff, they're racking up like probably anywhere between 40 to 60 million additional dollars just sitting on this rock.
Yeah,
I mean, and you can take a risk, like something like a Tom Cruise project, like Top Gun Maverick. Actually, I'm doing a video this week on this subject, right? When it comes to Minions versus Lightyear, and you're coming up on the end or the last bit of these films that have been held back. I mean, Tom and I have talked about this forever. They talk about it over on Midnight's Edge all the time, but we're now getting to the end of the films that got held back forever before being released.
Well, we're about to hit a gap.
Yeah, we are. The gap's going to be big.
You mean the stuff that was held back because of the coup? Okay.
Yeah, because remember when everybody was saying for the last year or so, like, why don't they just drop this? Why don't they just release this now? And I was telling you, the problem with that is we're going to hit a gap. And now we're about to hit that gap.
We're about to hit the gap.
After Thor comes out, there's no big movies for the rest of the summer. Until
from anyone? From anyone?
From anyone.
Wow.
The other thing I just had a thought.
I said movies, sir.
The other thing that Zaslav's got to be looking at with the Flash is if there's a completion bond, then that could have an impact as well in deciding what they're going to do with.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Completion bond is an insurance policy that basically says we're going to finish this or all this money gets paid out, and it's sort of a guarantee that we're going to complete the film and release it.
Right.
And if they don't,
That's another issue. I'm sure they've looked at all their options of getting out of it, and they couldn't. Because you have other problems too, and that is not just the completion bond, if there is one, but you also have any tie-ins, right? That's what we noticed with Wonder Woman 84 when they delayed that. A lot of those were like, "Fuck it, we're putting our shit out there now."
Yeah,
that's why you had shit out in July with Wonder Woman on it.
Yeah, you got Doritos in July. You got all kinds of stuff that it was set to release, that the film was supposed to go, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're going with it." And it was none of it was timed. And then you have all the companion advertising that like everything that goes along with all of this stuff. And I mean, they ran into the same problem with Bond. You can't do this. Right, you have to figure out how to release this film on time after its third delay. How many times they delayed The Flash? Is it 3?
At least 3 times now.
When's it coming out now? Supposedly
May of next year, but it's going to get pushed. I guarantee you, it's going to get pushed again. They're going to have to reshoot it. At this point, that's their only option. Oh, we lost 6.
Okay, you could shoot. You could. I'm sorry, 6. Go ahead, love. Oh,
she's gone.
Did she leave?
Yeah, she's in the private chat. I said thanks.
Oh.
Well, what about Avatar? Won't Avatar come around? You said, Tom, there wasn't anything else?
That's December.
That's December. That's what I'm saying. Until October, there is no big tentpole movies. The only big release between Thor and October is Spider-Man's re-release.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, I do have something to share, but don't share it yet. Are you guys okay with spoilers? Is the chat okay with spoilers? Because this is related to Thor.
By the way, Stunt Brat really is a stunt woman and worked in the industry for a long period of time.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway.
Are you guys okay with spoilers? Because it's all over anyways. I'm not showing any spoilers, but it's an article related for a casting due to Marvel and Thor.
Yeah, I don't mind.
No. Oh, is this the Lena Headey thing?
You can share. No, you can actually share the article. This actually came out 6 days before the post-credit scene came out. But this is who your new Hercules is.
Oh, I heard something about this.
Yeah, kind of Herculesy.
He's Hercules.
Doesn't look like Hercules.
Yeah,
maybe.
He kind of looks like the Marvel version of Hercules.
Hercules.
Oh wait, wrong one. And
it also looks kind of small for
yes,
Hercules.
it is.
Yeah, it looks Herculesy.
But he's tiny. Thor's bigger than him. Hercules is supposed to be huge.
Well, he supposedly the way things are going is he's going to be going after Thor like Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
But that's the one they've picked for Thor. Sorry for spoilers, but he kind of looks like it, but he doesn't look like the body mass of it though.
23 years of injuries. That's right. Well, you were awesome no matter what anybody says. So there you go. Sorry, it's cool when Stunt Brat's around. So I apologize.
Stunt work is awesome.
That's what I wanted to be as a kid. Did I ever tell you guys the bicycle story?
No, but there was a movie that I watched with Robert Reynolds, and he was a stuntman. I wanted to be one for a while after watching that. I can't remember. It was with, I think, Jan Michael Vincent and him.
Oh, you know what? This is a good question. Tom, have you heard anything about FX's Alien show?
Yeah, it's going to suck.
Oh, my God. Is that the one where the woman goes after all the staff that fired her or whatever?
99% chance it's going to suck.
I would like to know how an alien...
No, I haven't heard jack shit other than that they keep threatening us with it. And you saw the Prey trailer. That should tell you enough.
I did. I had it's a documentary about Elizabeth Warren.
We thought it was bad when Ridley Scott got his hands back on Alien. Just wait, kids.
Wow. Well, wait a minute. When does Mission Impossible come out then?
That one doesn't come out now until November, I think, right? For next year now. Yeah, that one got pushed.
Have we ever had a summer like that?
Not like this, not in years. This is why I was telling people, and I bet a lot of them are beating their heads against the wall right now, wishing they had saved like Dune and Godzilla and Ghostbusters for this year. Yeah, sorry.
Dune Part 2 got pushed back.
What did?
Dune Part 2 got pushed back.
Yeah, it did, but only by like a month.
Oh yeah, a month and a half.
But they're finishing up shooting right now. So
this guy is a popsicle stick.
90. Okay, so wait a minute. So was it 90 or 91 where we had this weird break in like major tentpoles? I don't remember, Tom. Was it 90 or 91?
Was that when
91 was fairly decent. I mean, movie-wise, you could argue the movies. That doesn't mean they didn't put them out there.
Yeah, what was the we had 3 writer strikes. It's like clock.
Oh, you're thinking like 88, between 88 and 89.
Yeah.
But like 88 had kind of a drier year, but that was that. No, so you had, it was, I think the strike happened in 87, so you're probably right. It was probably like summer 88.
When is the DC
that's
Super
when
Pets?
they had to.
Super Pets is next month. Is that right?
So there is something in July that might actually be a little bit of a holdover, especially for kids, because it does seem like they're not blasting over, but it seems like they can grab someone.
They haven't promoted it properly.
No, but I think
What's
it might be a smoking gun. DC's Super Pets.
Oh yeah, that might do okay, but I'm not looking at that doing even nearly Minions type level shit. But
No.
Bullet Train is like the only bigger movie otherwise. But yeah, there's nothing between now and October, and I'm trying.
What about Nope? You think that has a chance?
Nope.
Nope.
That's not a mass general audience movie anyway.
Yeah, it's like Ambulance, right? Nobody went to see Bambalance.
Horror movies usually do better in streaming. Like I think that's what I heard about the new Evil Dead. I think is going direct to streaming too, or some shit.
I don't know.
You're right. There's
Black
nothing.
Phone. Wait, Steven, is Steven still here?
Yes.
Okay.
He's in the fucking center, dude. He's
he's
all
right
in.
here.
Deleted scenes.
Grant left and 6 left.
Well, that's
There.
a goodbye.
He's
Everybody
called the
needs-
porn master on Pop Culture Minefield. That's what we call Steven.
I'm the one with diabetes, and he's the one forgetting shit.
He has Alzheimer's, diabetes. It's the odd couple. You know?
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah.
Steven,
I forgot.
deleted scenes. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
You said something about this earlier. Now I completely forgot the whole point of what I was saying. Good Lord. I give up.
See,
I love you.
Oh,
it's dementia and Alzheimer's.
Now everybody clap.
well, couldn't they just release old movies?
That's what they did over the pandemic for the most part.
Oh my God! Put RoboCop back in the theaters, please. The original RoboCop.
Like do the original Star Wars. See,
Yeah, Empire.
They did last year. They did a bunch of that stuff. Empire last year was one of the big
This,
part.
this weekend was Men in Black. They
That's
put
right,
Men in
yeah.
Black
25th
together.
anniversary.
Fathom has been doing a great job, right?
For the most part, and I like that they do that. My issue, I have a total personal issue with all that stuff. I'm not going to get into here, but like, yeah, there's always that aspect of it. But like, this is going to be kind of a wake up call for them because they got all these people who are willing and ready to go to see movies, and there just ain't going to be shit to see for the next few months.
well, I guess they'll remember that they were the ones who kept telling their networks, tell everybody we got to stay inside. We can't work.
I have a question. Is anyone excited for the release of August 30th for My Donkey, My Lover, and I?
No,
I never heard of it.
It's a documentary. I'm not joking.
Wait a minute. Snowdub, have you heard of My Donkey, My Choice? What?
Somebody say donkey?
Donkey.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. The last time I seen a donkey was in Tijuana. I don't think I could talk about that on this show, though.
Who wore the tassels?
Oh my.
I did. They were on my nipples.
That's a weird. That is a weird kind of pasty, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to dip out for a minute. I had to pay my prostitute. Oh, and Six wanted me to fondle her a little bit in the back
Yeah,
room.
but she left,
so-
dude. She bailed.
Well, yeah, she got kind of excited and she had to go take care
I don't know.
of
I don't know about that. You can't disparage Six. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, she'll tell you. Yeah, she's got the hots for the old Jolster. Mhm.
There were furry pasties, according to TZ Burton. You must have seen the show then. Yeah, I feel very unbreaded right now, Visrael.
Tom,
On paper.
you're right. Sorry, Culture, to cut you off again. Master Culture, I'm so sorry.
Shut up, Steven.
Steven interrupts me all the time. I'm so sorry, man.
Here we go. Steven, you're full screen. Go.
I'm surprised my girth fits here. Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Oh, shit.
Put me off the big screen. Come on, I don't need to hear this shit.
Yeah, I bet you Disney would be smart. They should drop Hocus Pocus in theaters next month.
And
then drop it on fucking Disney Plus in October. Yeah.
You
they were
know,
smart.
You know what's going to happen with
technically wasn't yeah, see, look at all these big movies Disney has going to Disney Plus. September they got Pinocchio going to Disney Plus.
They have their heads firmly placed in their rectums right now.
I think they replaced Pinocchio with Hocus Pocus.
Oh
September
shit.
30th.
You could be right, but
I had a
this
lot
was
of
updated
questions.
4 days ago according to this, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at Movie Insider.
Oh, I'm on Cinema Blend, but
Business Insider shit right now. Good God. Anyway, TZ Burton says, Culture, you didn't ask Six about the scissors. You're right. I flipping forgot. I wanted to. She has some unique knowledge about scissoring.
I showed her the scissors move last night, but that's for a different conversation.
But
I don't know. I got Hocus Pocus 2 coming out September 30th here.
Yeah, that's where it says there. Yeah, that's September 30th. But like,
I got Pinocchio for September 8th though.
8th?
Yeah. Hey, Michael T, if you want to pop in next Sunday, bro.
Salem's Lot remake evidently is coming out.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Michael T. He's got a Sunday night show that he does like pretty much right after your show.
Really? And he really?
Are they? Okay, they say Pinocchio Disney Plus is for November. I think that changed, and we also will have Black Panther Wakanda. You're right. There is nothing coming. It's like a void.
Not till Halloween and Black Adam in October, and we have no idea how well Black Adam.
I'm really hoping.
My question.
Go ahead, Steven. Deleted scenes.
Yeah. My question concerning Salem's Lot is anybody even going to bother to go see it? Does anybody remember that there was a Children of the Corn remake last year?
No, it's about as many people who remember there was a Firestarter remake. About as many people who remember there was a Firestarter remake last month.
I saw that. I didn't see the movie, but was it any good? I saw the commercial for it, and I didn't.
Firestarter?
I like the original with George C. Scott.
I think it made like $500,000 at the box office. Like I don't even think it made $1 million. It was it did horribly. It's already out on video. That's how bad it was.
No,
wasn't the Children of the Corn remake like renamed like Children of the Orville Redenbacher or some shit like that?
I don't know about that, Steven, but no, the other Steven is right. There was a Children of the Corn remake made during the pandemic, and I think it quietly came out on streaming. And no, I have not bothered to watch it because I have not watched a Children of the Corn movie since like Ezekiel's fucking Revenge or whatever the hell the third one was.
Well, didn't they already have like 5 or 6 sequels to that movie anyway?
Yeah, that's my point. I quit watching them after like the third or fourth one.
Tom, the Firestarter movie you're talking about rocked in at $9.5 million in domestic.
Oh, it actually made it almost 10.
5.2 international for a total of 14.8.
Didn't make shit.
It didn't do well at all.
I was being a bit hyperbolic, but yeah, it didn't make diddly squat.
There's nothing. God,
it's a dearth. It's a wasteland. And Tom and I had been talking about this for a long time.
Well, Elvis has a shot now to actually make some money.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna.
Well, I don't think. Do you think Pinocchio will do any good at all? Because honestly, it's like I'm going to be watching Tom Hanks cosplaying as Geppetto with Tom Hanks. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. And there's also the Pauly Shore Pinocchio that came out too, and that's just atrocious.
When is Del Toro's version?
The stop motion.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, because he had a preview at Annecy.
Yeah, the film festival. Yeah,
he actually finished a movie.
No, he previewed a scene, and we got some stills. So it's in the works.
I'll wait till it's done.
What's the scheduled release date for that one though?
It's this year. I mean, it was supposed to be this year.
I was thinking it was like December.
Yeah, it's
Guillermo del Toro never gets anything out on time.
It's in post right now. It's supposed to be out in December. It's supposed to be out at Christmas.
Wow.
It is wicked awesome looking if you've seen it. It has it is that stop motion stuff that you appreciate from like The Nightmare Before Christmas. It has that look to it. I think it's beautiful. It's what's the chick property? The Coraline. Coraline, that's what it is. Yeah.
They ought to release Mad God theatrically. Phil Tippett's movie.
Really?
You guys seen that?
No.
This is the stop motion. This is the stop motion movie he's been working on for the last 20 years. Mad God.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah. No, I heard. I didn't hear what you said before.
See, that's where it is. I wish they would actually release. Yeah. I wish they would release more types of films like that, like with the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Like that was great, and I wish they would actually go into that type of stuff a lot more.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio's coming to Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, it's not even going to theaters.
Nope.
Well, Netflix should just.
Here's a bunch of movies that are supposed to be coming out this year, but yet don't have yet a date that are actually coming to theaters. I'm looking through it. Most of them are Apple Plus, Black and no, that's Apple Plus. Never mind, Apple Plus.
Okay, so
Borderlands is coming out. I don't know when, but yeah.
I have a question, Tom, and Culture. Maybe you guys can, or anyone here who's very movie savvy. Is it possible for streaming services to actually rent out a theater and actually charge people and premiere not only on Netflix but in theaters? They
did that with The Irishman, technically.
Yeah.
Expendables 4 is on here, but it doesn't have a date yet.
Look, I'm telling you right now, I don't see the Hanks Pinocchio film doing
most of these are like Netflix or Apple Plus.
Yeah, and can I ask a question? Have you guys noticed?
Evidently, we're getting a Sesame Street movie with Anne Hathaway and Chance the Rapper.
Oh, great! It's Elmo telling us about his Band-Aid.
What?
Can't wait.
Have you guys noticed look, we have a dearth of quality content is the whole point. We have the Grand Canyon of
oh boy, there's a 3 Men and a Baby remake with Zac Efron. Just what I wanted.
Don't forget The Father of the Bride.
Man, that thing's been out there for a long while. I don't think they're gonna.
Well, The Father of the Bride when I'm not so that's already a remake of a remake of a remake. So like
why is
didn't that one just get released? The one with Andy Garcia and
I think so on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, what's her name from Miami Sandwich?
Oh, dude, right now we should be grateful for all this wonderful Indian cinema.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
I think I'm gonna go watch Ghoulies 2.
There you go.
Oh my God, Critters Marathon.
Ghoulies 2.
Oh no! Invaders Marathon.
No,
Ghoulies 2 is one of the rare sequels that is way better than the first one.
I never saw Ghoulies 2. I saw the first one. Yeah, no,
Ghoulies 2 is so much better than the first one.
And then we'll watch Gremlins, right? We're gonna.
Jolly should know. You're a horror fan, like I am.
I know
Jolly.
my horror.
Who did it? Who did the song for Ghoulies 2? Do you remember? They had a music video on MTV and everything.
For Ghoulies?
Scream until you love it. Yeah.
Oh,
Wasp.
wow.
Yeah.
No, I remember the one for Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh, yeah, this is a couple of years after that.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that one. I would give a recommendation, though. The Hatchet series with Kane Hodder playing Victor Crowley. I really enjoy those flicks. That one director...
Ghost Town did the music for Ghoulies 2.
Ghost Town?
Is someone making popcorn?
I think that's George.
He's piping.
No, I'm not typing.
No?
It's all right.
I was typing.
Then it's Jason.
Yeah,
it's George. It's George. I knew it was George.
Yeah, look, we can see. See, this is the cool thing about Jason. He's going to show you all his 12 billion screens.
Wow.
This one I call Sally. This one I call Don't Turn On.
He's getting ready to take over the world.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the Jason cam.
Yeah, we're gonna launch. He's about to launch the space shuttle. He's doing mission control from his house.
Oh, that sucks. That's right. Why are they putting the Bob's Burger movie in the theaters? Why is it just going to Hulu?
They put it in movies for like 2 minutes and it's out already.
Yeah.
What competition does it have?
Well, it's something to put in. Right?
See, it's like again. I mean, we're in this weird place where people are not going to go see things that they have any suspicion are tied to anything that's going to be not entertaining, not escapism.
Well, then they need to re-release all the Cheech and Chong flicks.
Free pot with every purchase. Yeah, that's great.
There's at least 3 or 4 of them out.
Get started with your family.
Because the Bob's Burgers thing has a question popped into my head. What if they release the Flash in order to justify the markdown? And say,
well, they have to. That's what it is now.
Yeah,
it's a write-off at this point.
Why?
They have to release it in theaters in order to trigger whatever they've got to do with that.
Well, if Ezra Miller is going to end up in prison eventually, can't you work out something with all the U.S. prisons and just show the movie there?
I've already came up with a solution for this. You just send Dog the Bounty Hunter after him to find him. You record it, Oh.
There's a new puppet in the chat.
I was gonna say, I think he was on my show once. But,
that cocksock?
I cut him out. Yep. We had to edit that part out of the show.
Wow. Wait, Tom, if you do the Dog the Bounty Hunter, then can you do Michael Keaton's Batman hunting Dog the Bounty Hunter?
That'd be so great. Look, and this is the time when we should be putting a film together right now.
It's on
because
OnlyFans.
nobody's watching. I'm just saying. I mean, this is the perfect time to have one of our independent films hit the theaters because there's nothing to watch very soon.
Oh, there is. Hold on.
Oh my goodness! Look at this one. Good gravy.
Hold on. I made a film earlier today.
We could have four-walled the movie this summer.
Oh,
there's the Dog the Bounty Hunter going after the Flash. There you go.
I also got one too. It's starring as Bill Nye and a purple balloon. There you go.
The Peter Venkman fan site's like bots are incoming, indeed.
Share the screen, culture.
Hey, we actually could make a film. 32 holes of miniature golf.
I actually have a script that's titled Mini Golf.
Hey, you don't even realize, people don't know that you and I have a production company, right? It's about it, and we are only going to produce films with little people in them.
Oh, now you're going to help me with
midget sex? You're going into midget sex?
No.
Air Club for Men is not a production company.
Wow.
Ho!
There you go.
Steven.
What? They liked it? That happened on FNT. He literally did that to. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know. I was watching when he jerked.
I bet you were.
Yeah, we've got actually one of the other Legion of Memers that is coming on this show next Sunday night, late night. We're gonna have Superman if he wasn't scared of green rocks.
Oh, dude, awesome! Can't wait.
And my good buddy, the Memes of Destruction, says for $4.99, happy 4th of July at Culture. So what you're saying is it's an opportunity for content creators. Yes, it's exactly what I'm saying.
Are you going to shave them?
Sure.
We've talked about crowdfunding a movie.
Yeah, but we also still got things out there like and like if you're not an anime fan, but yes, there's anime. We also got like For All Mankind, Skinwalker Ranch. We got the Terminalist now that came out. You can still go through all Stranger Things. You can do the Shutter stuff. Like there is still content. There's even Bollywood. You just got to take a chance and see whether or not it entertains you. Hands down, Lazarus Project. Give it a shot.
I haven't heard of that one.
All of that's streaming or cable or
F movies. Nothing. Or there's always the sites that you don't have to pay for it. I'm not promoting piracy, but guess what? If you don't have the money, there's other ways.
No, but we're talking there's going to be a dearth for the big screen.
Yeah,
that too. Yeah. But if there's going to be a dearth for the big screen, it doesn't mean the entertainment's dead, right? You still get to your time.
Will that cost them in the long run? Anyone have any idea on that? Like if there's going to be 2 or 3 months where no one's going to the theaters and they become more hooked on streaming shows, will that cost them in the long run? When people are like, why am I going to go?
Okay, what if we go back to long runs at the theaters? Because back in the day there was,
Top Gun's going. Yeah, and Jason, you're right. Top Gun's going nowhere for a while. It's riding this very. Have you seen the small fall off every single weekend? It's like 12%,
9% this week.
9%. Yeah, I know. It's like these little slivers, right? And it's like so from a business perspective, if I'm Paramount and especially if I'm Tom Cruise, because that's a $1 contract, kids, which they don't give out anymore. You're leaving that thing there forever. It's going to be like the rinse of soybeans of American films.
All I know is when I was growing up, you'd see a movie would last like 3 months in the theater, or 45 days, and then it would go to the dollar theater. It would stay around.
But there used to be things with theaters when I've noticed before, they don't even do anymore. Like say whether you have a streaming services renting them out, or you would have events like we used to have gaming events where you would rent out and watch like the G Sport, like the esports and all that stuff. And it's like they've forgotten that the simple things what you're having, I guess, these Thursdays is fill the theaters with whatever is funded for the moment.
You see, Steven, you're a genius, because what I'm considering doing here in my area is actually screening for free, renting a theater and inviting people to come and watch.
Please don't say it's your build channel.
RRR on the screen. I'm going to actually have people come and watch RRR in the theater with me, because I would value that. I think that would be amazing. Look, you could come to a movie for free. Come and watch this incredible film that you didn't know about. I'm sorry, that's valuable.
I think Jolly will come over there.
We should be doing that.
Blue fur everywhere. I think you should do RRR, but please do Harry and the Hendersons first.
Jolly and I can host it. Jolly and I can host it. Go ahead,
you could do, and then bring the filmmaker in by Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rajamouli, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's for RRR, it's SS.
That's Rajamouli.
Rajamouli, yeah.
But can you even if you do that? Sorry.
And Jolly, Culture wants you to come on his theater.
Or if you have,
is it triple R or triple X? I
triple both.
RRR.
Oh,
yeah.
triple R.
But there's another thing. If you have the funding, you can find enough people just in your area, especially people that actually would want to contribute. Honestly, just rent out a theater and have a Mario Kart night for a night, and then stream it to everyone on YouTube.
Oh, that's good.
God bless. God bless.
There's simple things like that. You can find ways to fill the time and make the big screen something else. It's a big screen for a reason.
How do you get
RRR? The theater chains have to be thinking about this stuff too.
Yeah, they're losing money.
They're looking at the schedule. They're like, we don't have anything to put on the screens. What are we going to do? And
parties affected too. Sorry,
they only make they make money on concessions. They don't. They only make just so much on the actual screenings themselves.
You're right, and I think this is a way forward, right?
Versus Jenner's sperm can. What the hell?
Yeah, dude, somebody's on fire tonight. Look at this.
Kitty Bear, is that you? Kitty Bear, is that you?
I'm very uncomfortable right now, but I do know this. We've got some people supporting the channel. Nikki D for another $5. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate you. For those of you who know the Thor 4 spoilers, which I do, I've known them for months. Do you think the post-credit scenes will get people excited enough to rewatch the film multiple times? Steven, let's start with you, because you know probably as much, if not more.
Which Steven?
Fat, you Fat, and then the other Steven.
It's
We're going to go
Seagal, thank you.
Okay.
To be honestly, when the leaks came out this morning, I was just awake. It was lucky, but I don't honestly, leaks, that post-credit scene, I don't give an F about that. Honestly, I don't care. I don't think it should be introduced. I think it's more of an Alonzo plot at this point from who I've been talking to. But from what Chris Gore is saying and Film Thread has been saying is that the bait and switch isn't that we're going to be tricked and it's going to be down the same road we've been saying long aboard, that the movie is actually entertaining. The soundtrack actually fits everything and it's well delivered. But at the same time, we all know perception and what people go in looking for rather than giving a fair down the middle pro and con type of thing is kind of degraded when it comes to taking in films, especially Disney, Marvel, Kevin, whatever the hell his name is, and the like. So I guess it's going to be up to audiences. I hope it's good, but I'm tired of Thor trying to find himself like his lost keys in a couch.
Well, and before I let the other Steven have a
no, let him go.
No, I want to loop back because George has to leave us. I love this man like a brother, and I can't wait to hang out with him in Vegas and Orlando and other parts of the world. We have George the Giant Slayer. He's going to be stepping off for the evening. We're going to pull the super down. Just give me a second. Tell us everything that's going on, George, because you are now a very busy, quote unquote, YouTuber.
Yes, thank you for having me on again, Culture. You know I love all you guys. The chat. I love Sunday night late culture. I really do. And the chat's amazing. I'm working on 2 videos right now. They'll be out one Wednesday and one will be on Friday or Saturday.
Will you entertain a question?
Yes.
How's your little film production going, my friend?
It's actually going pretty well. I've actually cast Boba Fett.
Oh.
And I have to get back with working with on the script to finish that. That's the only thing. Everything else, I had been working on all the other side projects for it. with Mexican Iron Man. We integrated that piece that Tom had given me the idea for the intro, which is phenomenal. And everything else is slowly coming together.
I'm Script didn't like that.
No, Script did like that. Absolutely.
You're talking about the other part, not the actual.
I'm surprised you didn't reach out to the hairiest man you know. But anyway, go ahead.
I left you. I called you last week. That was where I was.
You know what? I owe you a phone call. I said that twice today. I will call you back tomorrow. I love you, man. Go ahead, because everybody needs to know you're doing great stuff, dude. Your channel is blowing up, bro.
Thank you. Well, no, I'll be putting out a review this week about SS Rajamouli's mythological epic Bahubali, Part 1, the beginning, and then I'll do an update on the Amazon Prime's Rings of Power rim job.
Please don't.
I love it.
And you can find it.
George is getting some great info on these things. I freaking love it. And George, just don't forget me because I'm going to be covering Bula.
I love your videos.
Yeah, very soon. I feel like we get all these folks together that are watching these Indian cinema films, and we do like a panel. It will just be the energy will be amazing. We got to do that one time. Maybe
I agree.
You guys all have to dress accordingly, like Trudeau did.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna culturally appropriate anything, but George, we love you, man. Thank you so very much, guys. Check out George the Giant Slayer's channel. He's blowing up. He's doing incredible content, and I can't believe how informed he is. So check out George the Giant Slayer as soon as you possibly can. If you're not subscribed, do it so you will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Everybody have happy 4th of July.
Love you, man.
Love you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Get some rest. What a good dude. And then there were 6. We're not going to go a lot longer. We got a couple other questions, but we didn't get a chance to hear what deleted scenes our other Steven had to think on this subject.
Oh God, Culture, I'm so sorry.
What happened there?
What'd you do?
I'm not sharing that.
You better. Your memers got you.
Why did you put Culture's head on my body?
Didn't Jack Black do a video like that?
There you go, Culture.
Oh Lord.
They got you.
I love the Legion of Memers very much, but now I'm sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're beautiful.
All right, Steven, it's your opportunity to tell everybody your thoughts on the question right there.
Okay, first off, I just want to very quickly say I am not affiliated with Justice Segal, and I will not put up with this foolishness.
I will sprinkle salt on you, you bastard.
I know you will. That's the thing. Yeah. There will be vengeance, and I will be dead very soon. So this may very well be my last broadcast.
I'll let Gary come on the camera topless.
Oh my!
Yeah. All right. What do I think of Thor 4? Use Thor? Well, it hurts. God, it's just going to be another Marvel train wreck. The trailers didn't impress me at all. We all know what this is going to be. Yeah. This is not going to be saved by post-credit sequences. Maybe I'm a closet normie. I don't know who this guy is who's playing Hercules. He doesn't look the part. I could care less. I'm not going to go see a Hercules movie. I don't see what the point is, to be honest.
Right. So if you had a chance to see the post-credit scenes, do you think those post-credit scenes will get people interested in seeing the film more than once? No.
No.
Gosh, anybody else see any of the leaks or anything around the Thor 4?
No, I'm going to see it Thursday. So,
all right.
I see the trajectory that Thor has been on as a character, And I have to wonder because after I saw some kind of some interview with Hemsworth about Ghostbusters 2016, and I have to wonder if he's in on this notion of making Thor more comedic, because he's got to be on board with this in order for us to get to the point here where Thor is almost a parody of himself.
I think, but I also think what's been going on, like someone mentioned the Reddit leak, we haven't been confirming that as totally true yet. That's where the bait and switch is coming off. The trailer is the bait and switch. And what happens is like we're getting all the crap scenes. They're marketing in a kind of different way. This all could be wrong too, but we're going to see someone. I can't spoil it, but like the way it's coming across is that what we expect will be deceased, and what will be deceased will not. Will still be alive. It's kind of like that kind of thing. They're not going down a road where we're usually expecting. I think they've woke titties has kind of learned, and I think the way the marketing has been going with mainstream media is to keep them happy with their agenda and activism, but the movie is going to show something different. That's where I'm thinking it's going. Does that make sense? Did I just give a whole bunch of popcorn?
No, that
it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I hope the movie is good. I don't want the movie to be bad. I want the movie to be good. I want people to finally go to a Marvel movie and enjoy it again. I'm just saying, Phase 4 has just been a complete dumpster fire up to this point.
No.
And
with that rumor,
somebody's got to save it.
But there's also that rumor where they said possibly where Jason Segel, like from How I Met Your Mother, might be the Thing in She-Hulk. I'm also terrified of that being reality.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think you can pull it off. But yeah, honestly, you guys can find the Reddit leaks. You don't know if it's validated, but the way it's going to look out is it's not going to be female oriented by the end. That's my understanding.
Well, and unfortunately, we lost Jolly. Jolly had to tuck and roll. The fourth came early in his neck of the woods, and he has to take care of the dogs in his household. So we lost our cotton representation. We're down to just 5 toxic humans, and that's what it is.
Hank says a good thing too.
Men. Sorry.
Yeah, Hank. Yeah, woke titties. Psycho woke titties is what I was calling him this morning. But yeah, even Chris Gore said it was entertaining, and like they were like making the stuff on that. But there's still the NDA right till the 5th, or when does the journalism start allowed?
Tom, when is the embargo over?
Yeah, when's the embargo?
Usually it's 24 to 48 hours ahead of time.
Tuesday,
Jason,
so in the next couple days.
Yeah. So Tuesday we'll know more. I don't anticipate wonderfulness. I just, that's my expectation. Tom, you have hopes and prayers for Thor?
I don't know. I'm going to see it in IMAX 3D. I hope it's decent. I paid almost $20 for the goddamn ticket.
How much for the glasses?
Well, it's all together.
Oh, okay.
And Nikki D, if you meant to send this twice, thank you. If you didn't mean to send this twice, pull one of them back, because I appreciate the $5. I appreciate the $10, but you did it
that
twice.
Or ask us another question.
Yeah. If you want another question,
is the answer.
Yeah. Wow. I wear
or
boxer briefs.
Actually,
Filter the review embargo it lifts tomorrow.
Yeah. So, oh wow, is it Monday?
8 a.m. Central. No, the 5th, Tuesday.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's usually Tuesday.
Bummer, because we got Chris tomorrow. Of course.
He can't say anything. See. But I know this. We got that 70s rock fan for a Canadian $2 saying culture remake Harry and the Hendersons. I would love to.
Sasquatch lives.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I've had this for months.
Frankie Knows asked a question I highlighted because I think it's important. Do you think the success of Top Gun will turn these studio heads around to go back to making good films minus agenda drops? I think there are some studios that are already headed that direction. But I'll pose this question first to Tom, and then Jason, and then Fat Steven, and then, of course, Deleted Scenes, who would know about deleted scenes. Tom, go.
Maybe. Okay. I mean, Hollywood never learns the right lesson, unfortunately. That's
Agreed.
The bigger problem. It's going to take a couple of Top Guns for it to happen first. because they're going to learn the wrong lesson 3 times before they finally get the right.
Oh, that's actually true. Yeah, and I will say this. Go ahead, Jason. Your thoughts.
Oh no, go ahead. I was waiting to hear you. Go ahead.
I strongly suspect that Tom is right, but I feel like there's already a couple of studios that have been pivoting hard. Sony's one of them. Sony's already pivoting. Paramount might have just begun their pivot. Disney's going to be the last on this train, so I think there's more likelihood that Warner will pivot after Paramount.
Disney and Amazon will be the last ones holding on.
Yeah. I think that's probably true based on their agenda and the people that are invested in it. And Bezos's company is invested in it. But
what about Apple?
Yeah. Apple uses Sony content.
Apple's got fuck you money.
Yeah, and they don't need it. But they use Sony content. They use other people's content. I think A24 is going to start making more stuff for Apple. So I looking forward, there's no reason to tilt into the political stuff.
Well, they've seen it enough times now, and Tom, you're right. The Hollywood machine always learns the wrong lessons. I've been saying that for a number of years myself, and it's one of those things where they'll look at one aspect of Top Gun's success. And they'll ignore everything else. And what that one takeaway they'll have is going to be wrong. It's going to be a minor thing. It's going to be something that all of the rest of us are looking at and goes, that's the one thing you're gonna do here, because it's. I mean, you look at the reasoning behind. Well, nobody watches a female-led superhero movie. It's because they kept going back to Catwoman and Supergirl, and hang on, it wasn't the fact that it was a female-led superhero movie; it was the fact that it was a crap movie. And this is the lesson they need to learn, but they're not going to learn. If you tell a story without an agenda other than to entertain your audience, you're going to make money, and they're not going to learn that. I don't know what their takeaway is going to be from Top Gun. Unless it's, hey, let's remake Iron Eagle.
Oh God, please don't.
It's either going to be some obscure. Well, we've got to have a name in our movie, or we've got to have some. Maybe it's the practical effects. Well, we've got to have a movie that's all practical effects.
But Jason, it might be something simpler. They might just have one of the producers come out on stage before the movie starts and just thank everyone in the audience and then F off. That's all they've gotten from it right there.
That could be. And I got to say, that was a classy move on Cruise's part.
Yeah, it was.
He's dedicated to making quality entertainment. It's more than a little bit evident, considering he risks life and limb. And look, I'm sorry. If you're doing your own stunts at 60, if you're riding a high-powered dirt bike off of a cliff to parachute, you're freaking awesome, bro. You're like
the insurance company must have just like conniption fits every time they go into one of these things.
Cruise is gonna do what?
Right. Can you imagine the actuarial tables on him?
Like,
are you kidding? They're hoping it's the one that they have, as long as he's almost done filming it when he dies, because that'll be the biggest money-making film of all time.
What is the insurance policy going to look like for the movie he's going to shoot in space? I mean,
I know, right?
Do we have a writer?
It's just
for
a picture
that?
of a guy throwing his hands in the air.
Yeah. Right? It was like, that's crazy.
Gravity 2, Tom Cruise floats.
Oh God. I can't believe that's still happening. They're going to shoot a movie in space.
Yeah.
In space.
You didn't do that in Star Trek?
Space.
Not suborbital. They're going to go, they're out.
Yeah. Nah, man. Yeah. And Tom's going to be like, nah, man, I'm going to act up here. I'm going to be like, dude, try not to act like throwing up, because you're going to want to yak at least a couple of times. Bro.
Tom Cruise in The Search for Creativity. It's got to be in space because there's nothing on Earth.
Easy now. Look, Andre Enrico says something that's interesting. Thor's box office prediction dropped again for the 4th time in a row, and now it's at its lowest value. I'm not surprised.
Huge.
What if they're artificially dropping the projections in order to make it look like a bigger success than it?
It doesn't work. You've seen that before because people like us call it out, and look, they have to lower the bar. They really do. Look what happened with Lightyear, right? The marketing campaign was wrong. They've marketed Thor wrong. If you look at what happened with Lightyear, and then you look at what they've done with Thor as far as marketing goes, it's the same campaign.
Mm.
No. It's ineffective and it's soft.
Well, it's still part of Phase 4, which also is known as Phase 4, because this phase is the least amount of movies I've ever watched.
Okay, I have to ask, what of any of the trailers that you've seen from Thor, teasers or otherwise, has drawn you into seeing the film? What aspect of it has pulled you in? Is there something that intrigued you? Is there an emotional tie? Is there a romance element that's going to lift your panties up? I mean, what is it?
I just want to see the scene where they ripped off Sin City with the black and white scale. That's about it.
I'm serious.
I'm being serious too. That's the only thing that seems like, hey, look, Sin City and Thor. All right, together. Let's do it.
Right. Jason?
Well, you've got screaming goats, so.
Oh my God! They took that commercial meme. Literally, they took the same scream from that commercial and put it to that goat.
Steven, deleted scenes. Anything in the Thor advertising promotion? Anything float your boat?
None. Yeah. None of it. Sweet Child of Mine, but I can listen to that anytime.
I'm not associated with Steven. I'm not associated with that Steven above me, which is a weirdo.
Fat Steven, is there anything that made your panties float on water about this film?
That's about it.
Thank you for that. I didn't. Now I'm deaf.
Yeah, Tom. Tom, I know you're going to see this for the remarkable price of $20. It's going to cost you $40 in gas to get there. So tell me, what inspired you to spend all that money to see this film?
I'm a fucking idiot.
That shirt.
Was there anything from the trailer? Was there anything?
No, not really. Okay. I'm hoping it's good. I actually enjoyed Ragnarok quite a bit. It's probably my top 5, if not 10 Marvel movies somewhere. So
right.
Ragnarok was pretty good.
But I understand why people don't like it. And I don't know. I'm not expecting this to be that great, but at the same time, I have to admit that I have not seen a Taika Waititi movie that I didn't end up enjoying. So, I mean, I've not seen all of his films, mind you, but I got to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. We'll see. I mean, I've been hearing so many things about it that I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm to the point where I'm really just kind of shutting down about the whole thing and just waiting to assess it for myself, basically.
And this is funny because I just saw this. Tina says in the chat, I've got to see if Portman's body is CGI. She went on a 10-week workout regimen that's supposed to make her yoked. Did you see her at the premiere? Not yoked. No. But I understand.
Well, she couldn't go to the premiere with a green screen behind her now, Culture. Come on.
That's true.
We did see photos with her with the
and I showed photos before
on the arms, but
where she had obviously some kind of chest piece in one shot, and then the next photo you found of her where she didn't, and she's normal sized. So,
they just map it. It's just called. They get the shots they need, reference shots for mapping, and that's. But anyway, Ron Marks is talking with friends this weekend. They said Tom Cruise coming out before the movie was cool and metrosexual. That's what Hollywood will take away. Oh, metrosexual sells no.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing the Jane Foster Thor, if they're doing Jason Aaron's run, where she's got cancer and it's Mjolnir, what if part of that is the body transformation between Jane Foster with cancer and Thor, Lady Thor, Mighty Thor, whatever they're going to call her in this movie. Maybe
Mighty Thor.
The hammer does play a part supposedly in this film, and it's actually going to be a contributor to her sickness getting worse, supposedly.
Well, yeah, and she should be. I mean, I'm sorry, based on the comic, she's dead as doornails at the end of this. But
she's both.
Yeah. Well, and didn't Waititi even say that it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go because everybody's expecting her to take over.
Yeah,
and because that was the original chatter was,
yeah, I got a leak like 2 weeks ago that said just that. So
and Tom, you need to get Matt Vader on this show next Sunday. Can you do that?
I'm pretty sure as long as he's not busy.
He can't be busy. He's got to be here. He gets to be here. You get to be here next Sunday.
You get to be. Look at that white allowance. That's great.
Wow, that is not what I meant. You know what? You're a jerk face.
We all want to contribute to that white original sin, you know.
I get to be here tonight because I'm not part of your little chat group, your little private.
You're not in our group.
No, I'm not in anybody.
Don't feel bad, Jason. I'm in a bunch of groups that I ignore.
Yeah. I'm not in anybody. I'm in a couple.
It's not so much as I ignore them. I just don't have time to read them all.
I'm Jason. 90% of our group is racist
right now.
It's okay. Really?
They just post nudes of minions in our group chat, dude. That's all they do.
Banana.
Matt says he's normally working on Sundays. He's home because of he's coughing a little bit from a thing. There's a thing, kind of a thing.
Is that? The question is also like, is anyone even excited for another Marvel film? Like, look, Black Widow, no. Loki series, no. Is anyone even excited for, like, when you see Marvel Studios after what we saw with Doctor Strange? I think Doctor Strange has pretty much killed any run for any Marvel films coming out at the same time.
I have to say one thing: it's Morbin time.
Oh God! Please, no! I'm not doing no.
Morbius is trash. And speaking of that.
Excuse me, it's a cinematic masterpiece. Thank you very much.
The Craven leaks that were coming out, supposedly, it looks like shite.
Shrap's out of here. Thanks for being here. We're actually going to wind down because, Tom had to take us out on a low note with the Morbius talk.
It's Morbid time.
Fuck you.
We're 2.5 hours in. It's like just crazy after my bedtime.
Happy Morbid of July.
Well, I'm going to go watch Morbius now just to piss you all off.
Yes,
if you're Mormon and a vampire, does that make
nothing,
you a Mormon?
The common nerd, I think you meant to say there is nothing but excrement for Marvel. I think that's what that was supposed to be. Anyway, all right, here we go. We have the fantastic, the amazing, and the meme-nificness. Of
Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge says that Morbius is glorious.
Jesus Christ, this white supremacy needs to stop.
of Justice Sikal from the Legion of Memers, which, man, you guys are crushing.
I have gas.
Promote yourself, knucklehead.
All right, you want to hear what's going on with leaks with the Marvel crap? You can go into my channel. I do gaming and scream at 12-year-olds. It's fun because 12-year-olds can't fight back. I'm not serious. I was screaming. Dude, never mind. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. You know where to find me. Pop Culture Minefield. You know where to find me. And everything else, I'm under NDA. I can't talk about. Have a good one.
Thank you, Fat Steven. And this is appropriate for you. Wind down with some Merlot.
I'm allergic to wine, actually. Thank you.
Wow. You're such a whiner.
Yeah, okay, why
not? Speaking of somebody that probably could use a glass of wine right now, we have our friend Deleted Scenes who joined us, and it probably did regrets every moment of it. How's it going?
Two glasses. No, I'm happy to be alive.
Wow, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm
tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll see. Yeah, tomorrow is another day. Nothing. Okay. Thank you. I am dying up here. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Fine. Tell everybody you have a channel.
Yes, believe it or not, I do have a channel, and I am 17 away from 100. So if anyone would like to see more of my foolishness, please, by all means, sub to my channel. You can catch me on Friday and Saturdays with Pulp Culture Minefield. And just check me out on Twitter and stay up to date to where I am for other appearances. I also co-host Saturday Serial on Matt Allen's channel, Bud Boy Productions, and we're going to be up and we've taken some time off, but we're going to be up and running again pretty soon.
Fantastic. I really appreciate that you were here. I was hoping you'd make it this morning. It didn't work out.
Yeah, that was my fault.
But no, it wasn't. And of course, we have a man that I do appreciate. It's somebody who is far more talented running a show than I do, and obviously is more technologically advanced. Plus, he is, cool glasses and he matches. Have you noticed that he matches his T-shirt with his sweatshirt? Of course, I'm talking about Jason from Sci-Fi For Me.
Yes, and I've got two channels. I've got this channel, Sci-Fi For Me, and then I have my movie and TV commercial production channel that I never promote. But over there, I put a link in the chat. You're looking for something to watch during the summer? I've got a short film that ran on the Sci-Fi Channel back in 2007. It's called Species Felis Dominaris. It's about cats. So anybody's interested in that. And yes, we just dropped our Star Wars news program. Salacious Crumbs is out there now live. And then coming up on Tuesday, we've got the Ranker Pit, which is our discussion group about Star Wars stuff. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about, but there's that. And then you can find us everywhere on all the different social medias.
All the stuff.
I regret signing up for every single one of them, but
that's right.
Jason, what you do is do the Rancor Pit, but then switch it with us talking about Star Trek for an hour and piss everyone off.
Yeah.
And we actually had a Star Trek discussion program for a while. It's called Deep Space Minds.
Oh, that's like that. That's good.
Yeah. And I've linked the most recent episode here of Salacious Crumbs for everybody. And of course, I added Mr. Ad Sci-Fi For Me TV, Jason there. Of course, we also have Steven promoting his channel. He's a mod here, so he can do that. And I love all of you guys. It's crazy.
Are we supposed to promote our channels? Oh, I'm sorry. I was promoting Pornhub. My bad.
Oh, dang it. What a missed opportunity. I didn't know you were on Pornhub. Are you one of the featured videos now?
Huh?
That's what I thought. And last but not least, one of my best buds in the whole world, the man who makes me what I am, my hetero life mate, Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge.
Karate with infinite patience. You and I are rare people indeed.
You're supposed to do that at the end.
Take care.
And with that, everybody, I had an incredible night with all of you incredible people in the most amazing way. And if you want to see us do this, we'll do it again. We'll do it again on a Sunday with a random panel with random thoughts and random ideas and random subject matter. And apparently screaming goats. But don't do that at home, kids, because you probably go to jail. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time,
wash your ass.
Karate with infinite patience.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things. Realize something needs change.
Song. I am on the
Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a faithful statement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that.
Culture has a ball patch.
To make you go take it back. I lose my shit. I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up.
God, it's Harry. You're still coming live. Do it slower. Now smell your own hair. Yeah. Tell me what kind of bad boy you are. Yeah.